Flynn and the other Ashaman took it up. All hail Randall Thor, king of the world. All hail Randall Thor, king of the world. That had a good sound to it.
It's a very good sound because it's the book club. Ooh, what's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarus.
And this is the Nerdy.
The Wordy.
The
Book
Club. That is right. Welcome back to the finale of the chapter sections of The Crown of Swords.
The finale of the chapter section.
Well, we have the full book recap next week, so it's not our final episode about Book 7.
You're right.
But it is the end of Book 7 of a 14-book series, which means, book-wise...
We're halfway there. Oh, wow. Wow, I hated that. Bethany, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, close that. Wow, yeah, we're...
Matthew, thank you for that super chat. And Orchid here, thank you for being a 10-month Narg.
Welcome back to the Nerd Table as well.
Bitstorm, thank you for being a 10-month Narg. Happy NYCC Day. Here's the thing, y'all. This is going to be a weird book club. Because how do we talk about the books right now when today is Big News Day?
Big News Day!
Big News Day!
James Smith, thank you for that super chat as well. I just in time, guys.
Just in time. There's actually another paragraph after that, but that's what we chose to read.
Fine, that one's not important, you know.
Blue says Ket Swain is the greatest.
Whoa, thank you for the super chat! Yes. 100%. Thank you. Blue, thank you for gifting 10 memberships.
I'm upset.
Ket Swain's the greatest.
No, she's not.
Yes.
She's
Blue said
the
so.
worst. We're going to talk about Ket Swain today because what is that girl up to? Just chilling with our boy Rand's enemies.
Thank you. That's incredibly kind. Guys, I am working on a t-shirt. I'm sorry, I meant to do it last night, but I was not very well. So I will get that done for y'all.
Yeah, so here's a question that we wanted to talk about with our fans, our viewers, our people before we get started today.
With our boys.
Our boys, our girls, our non-binaries.
Doesn't work as well with girls.
Girls. Yeah, boys. It's got that nice like diphthong vowel sound. What should we do for tonight? Do you know what I mean? Do we live stream the panel, our reaction to the panel?
Yes.
Do we just do the trailer reaction?
Yeah, do we react to the trailer and upload that separately? Like, we're not really sure how to handle this one.
I feel like a panel's a weird one, right? Because I'm not going to want to talk over them while they're answering questions.
Yeah.
And also, if they get to the, like, really cringy, like, viewer questions, that every I hate convention panel questions, y'all. I really do. I think that
There's usually, like, one gem, and then the rest of them are, like... you're great.
But then you guys will see my face literally like fall to darkness when someone steps in and is like, this isn't really a question, it's more of a comment. Why did you not just adapt the books exactly right, Rafe Judkins, you monster? You know what I mean?
Someone's gonna do,
And then I'm sitting there in the convention hall like, dude, shut up. Just ask what their favorite memory of the experience was and sit down.
Yeah. Also, Dakuna is starting to have nightmares about book club, so I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign.
That's a good sign. Nightmares are always a good sign. Monkey! Monkey,
morning.
I hope that you're feeling all right.
Yeah.
Hacia Elder Hammond says, I would do the trailer personally. The panel can be hit or miss.
Yeah.
Okay. Elder Hammond said it. We have to respect our elders, right?
That's true.
Also, I will say, Fudgy Vamp says, call into the Dusty Wheel. I might reach out to Dusty and see if we can just appear on his show so that we don't have to do as much work.
Hey, surprise guest.
We want to do less work. Can we call in?
James, thank you again for the super chat.
James Smith, I can't say it's the greatest, which they are lying because he wants to see me react.
You're never going to rise out of me.
She's a tartar. We don't mean to show a bias, but Galinda, you're a martyr. These things are sent to try us.
Apparently we're in a musical mood this morning.
For Galinda Foss to reside. We're going to get DMCA'd so hard on this episode.
The video's going to die again.
All right, so we'll probably do a trailer action. We've been leaning away from live streaming the panel because, like, I feel like there's so much potential for cringe there, but we will try and appear on the Dusty Wheel tonight.
Yeah.
Everyone go tweet at Dusty right now and be like,
Go
have
to Twitter.
Nerdy Nightly on your show.
Go over to Twitter. Tell them you want us to come say hi.
But also just tweet at him, hey, have Nerdy Nightly on your call-in show that they can just call into.
Perfect.
Everyone go harass Dusty. I'm still waiting for my mugs.
Oh, yeah. As soon as those come in, we'll show them off for you guys.
As like a thank you for appearing on a show, the innkeeper sent us like frosted glass mugs.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, that's the nicest thing.
That's
so we're
so
going to
cool.
have very cool book club mugs from now on, once I get here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. If you like our show and you like Wheel of Time content and you're not following the Dusty Wheel, definitely go follow them. They're really good people.
Yeah.
We like them a lot.
Dead Iron, thank you for that super chat. You're right.
Lan is the GOAT.
Yes,
well,
that is correct.
We've been talking for a minute, but we haven't done our housekeeping yet. A couple of things that we need to bring up at the top of the show here. First off, this podcast is brought to you by Audible. Audible is a service that allows you to relive your favorite books, but have them read to you by someone else, because you know you don't want to put in effort.
No, it's make someone else do all the work. Have it their voice in your head, and that's Audible.
Yeah, are you living in a world where reading words causes you to slowly lose your eyesight over time, like some cruel curse? Well, you don't have to worry about that cruel curse anymore. Maleficent has been foiled by Audible. Audibletrial.com/nerdynightly is where you go. Click the link. You get a free month of Audible plus a free audiobook. And now Maleficent's evil eyesight curse no longer will affect you because you will hear the books and not read them. And that is what we in the business call a loophole.
In the business of curses?
I am a curse breaker.
Gotcha.
That is my side gig. Yeah.
Audible, because your own internal voice just isn't good enough. Thank you for that one, Michael. That's very good.
Audible, if you enjoy the book but want to find the way that they pronounce things funny, go listen to Kate Redding and Michael Kramer read The Wheel of Time. Brigitte.
I hate it. It's fine. Once I get a pronunciation in my head, like every time I read Saladar, it's salad bar, even though it's not what it says. But that's okay. That's okay. You're here to talk about a book. Wait, do we have more housekeeping?
I don't know. I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Do you want to jump into the book? We're 7 minutes in. This is a good time for us to jump into the book.
This is a good time. Guys, the ending of this book was wild.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it did not stop.
No.
There was, like, everything happened.
I am going to say that I enjoyed this very much, and I don't think it's well written.
Wow.
I think it's very fun what happens in the last section of this book, and I think that this is not a good ending to this book.
To this book.
I think that this is... I am very much an understanding of... before we get into that, I will finish that thought. James Smith says any podcast reviews. So apparently I can only see Apple Podcast reviews in Canada. So that's how we've gone through them all. So I'm going to leave your Apple Podcast reviews on Apple Podcasts. Leave 5 stars for us. We would really appreciate it. I will read anything I can find. But this week I'm going to use a VPN to go around the world. To
actually be able to see them.
I can't say which VPN I'm going to use because they're sponsoring a video. But make sure you click on our video later today, if it goes up today or tomorrow, because
today or tomorrow, I'm not sure.
A VPN sponsored us. Am I allowed to just say who sponsored us?
No, I don't think it can. It does matter. You'll find out. You go click on the video, you find out.
This video is not sponsored by them, but a future video, specifically our Lord of the Rings Episode 7 reaction, is sponsored by Atlas VPN. You can go to get.atlasvpn.com/nerdynightly for that video sponsorship link. It's a huge deal, 86% off. But I will use a VPN to go around the world and collect the 5-star reviews from other places.
Yeah, I think that's such a strange thing that you can only see the Canadian ones.
But apparently there's like a weird thing. So,
Stephanie, welcome to the Nerd Table. We appreciate that.
If you have left a 5-star review and we haven't read it on the show yet, it might be because of a country thing.
Yeah, it's very strange. I don't know why that works.
So
like that.
I think that this is a very fun end of a book. I don't think it is well written, in that it is so random what happens, and the entirety of the plot of Samael just being one chapter right at the end that's sort of like tacked on, in my opinion.
It's a big chapter to just tack on.
It's a big, but it's also like the battle with Samael is yet another time where it feels like they undermine the Forsaken as enemies, because the actual like conflict with them is always just this like brief like, oh yeah, and he won. And I just wish that I wish this book had spent more time setting up the Rand's battle with Samael, so that when we detoured into the camp for the cutscene, we had more of a sense of like, no, he can't be unconscious. If he's not awake in 2 days, the plan with Samael won't go down.
Right.
Like, I think that the stakes of that could have been really cool.
I understand what you're saying.
Where we're like, oh no, he's unconscious, and in 2 days' time, the plan with Samael is going down, and if he's not there, everyone's going to die.
Yeah.
And instead, he just wakes up and is like, oh, today's the day I've got to go fight Samael. And I'm like, oh, cool, I didn't know that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we've definitely had... This has happened a few times with the Forsaken. Samael, Raven, Belal are all kind of like a sudden, immediate thing. Whereas I actually really like what's happened with Moghedien.
Oh, 100%.
As like not parallel. Not opposite, but whatever. It's different. Mm-hmm. and I like that there's this back and forth, and she's like there, and then she escapes, and then she comes back, and then she's gone again, and like that's been very fun. I really like the end of this book as well. I liked that moment because I was like, is Rand gonna go get his ass kicked? Which I feel like he almost like should have.
That would have been more interesting to me.
Yeah, but he just kind of showed up and he won, and
while also being like totally wiped out.
Yeah.
Right? Like he's at
grabbed
10% energy right now.
Yeah. Here's the thing. That was what was weird about it. I was like, Rand is like half dead.
Yes.
And he still showed up. And
I just wish he had grabbed Kalendor or the like statue of the guy, I wish that he had taken us to Angreal.
Here's my bold prediction.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Samael's not dead.
Oh no, he's not dead, but he's not a Forsaken anymore.
He's not a Forsaken?
No, he got taken by Shadar Logoth. He's gonna be twisted like Padden Fane is. And he's gonna be him and Padden Fane are gonna be on that like third side of like weird evil. When we meet them again.
My god, a Padden Fane Samael team up?
Yeah.
Oh,
but it's not just the Rand thing that makes me think that the structure of the end of this book is not particularly well, like from a writing structure.
It felt sporadic.
Perrin just goes off to Gildan. Mm-hmm. There's no resolution on that. It's just sort of a random like, we're gonna go see Masima. Okay, I think that's relevant somehow later, but it's not to the end of this book.
Yes.
Matt's storyline literally ends mid-sentence.
Guys, can we get some F's in chat for Matt?
F's in chat for Matt. He's definitely dead.
He's
Josh
definitely
Timko,
dead.
Thank you for that super chat. The Forsaken are video game bosses.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. I don't mind them going out in a book. I mean more that like the way that the way that this book is structured, there's no narrative tension in what is happening. There is just kind of this like forward advancement of plot.
But at the same time, you couldn't put it down.
No, because I thought it was going to resolve, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and so I thought there was going to be a really like interesting introspective moment when he's cut. But no, he just wakes up and goes and fights Samael.
Yeah.
And so it's the push and pull of Robert Jordan is a really talented writer. I'm not saying he's a bad writer at all. I want to be really clear about that.
Yeah.
But there's a push and a pull of you want to set things up. And I think what's so interesting to me is I felt like he did this so well in the earlier books.
Yeah.
Right? Like I felt like I was always led to where I was going with these characters.
Yeah.
In a way that when we got there, it was satisfying. Mm-hmm. And the end of this book just felt kind of jerky. And especially the second last chapter is apropos of almost nothing. I
think there was just so much going on that's why it feels like that.
Well,
I didn't like, and this thing is, I didn't dislike it. I agree. I don't think it was as smooth as the finales of other books. Mm-hmm. That being said, the actual like events that happened, I'm not like, there's nothing that I dislike about it.
Oh, again, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I don't think that it's like a particularly strong structure.
Yeah, okay.
And I think that those things can coexist. There's a lot of books that I think are not particularly well written that I really enjoy.
Yeah.
This is better than almost all of those.
Yeah.
It's just that in terms of
books, this is still like, S tier, right?
This feels less like a really solid entry in the series and more like a continuation of the series.
Totally. It's a middle book.
Whereas the last book we read felt like a solid it stood on its own and fit the larger narrative.
Yeah.
This doesn't stand on its own. It mostly fits the larger narrative.
Yeah, which is fine. I think finding that balance, especially when you have 14 entire books to do that, some are going to be better than others. And
I'm worried that with how many storylines are going on, this is going to be the kind of feel for a bit here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because God, there's too much going on.
There is a lot. But shall we start at chapter 32?
Yeah. Here we go. Chapter 32, Sealed. The Flame. Perry will think about super chat.
Thank you for the super
Now imagine waiting 1 to 2 years for the next book. One definite benefit to being able to binge read the series, 1,000%.
Yeah.
The Nerdy Wordy Book Club will always do finished series.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like waiting.
Mm-hmm. Trust me. And I'm good at waiting. Okay? I am still waiting for the 6th book in the Game of Thrones, in A Song of Ice and Fire, okay?
I'm not good at waiting.
I am still waiting. I have been waiting since 1998 on that series.
I started pacing the moment I had to wait for Inheritance.
Yeah.
I just...
Well, you have so much anxiety around.
Yeah. Oh, God, I love that series. That's one I wish we could do for book club, but I've read it too many times.
To the Flame. I've read it as well. Although I don't remember it the way you do.
I love it.
Aleda is having some prophetic, maybe, dreams. But they can't really be prophetic because she doesn't win. And in it, she just really likes the idea of people begging her for mercy, which is hot. And so Alviarin wakes her up and is like, yo, you gotta come with us. And it is in chapter 32 of this book where Aleda finally learns that the Dragon Reborn is not headed towards her, but has instead escaped and killed and subjugated.
Yup.
In chapter 32.
Yeah. I mean, I figured it would take a while, especially when finding out that this book takes place over 3 days.
It's 10 days. Apparently this book is 10 days.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Our mods are giving you a warning, chat. Be careful.
Yes. Please no spoilers. Please no alluding to things. And if there are things that we miss, I will start reiterating this just in case we have new people who join us. But if there are things that we miss, please don't be too overt about it because you guys all have the benefit of being able to do another read through and picking up on those things that you missed and that excitement. So please also give us that opportunity as well.
Also, Monkey does have COVID, and so don't test her today.
Yeah.
You will lose.
She's out there, and she's got that hammer.
But we do wish you are feeling better, Monkey.
Yeah.
Alviarin dropped some info here that I was wondering if you caught this, but she straight up just throws out the name Ashaman.
Yeah.
Which I do not believe that the woman coming from Dumai's Wells would know. I think that is Alviarin slipping up. And if Aleda were smarter, Aleda would have caught the fact that Alviarin is like, oh yeah, those are Rand's Ashaman. And I think
Don't they talk about that? And Aleda's like, oh, there's 3 of them.
They use the word Ashaman?
I don't remember. Is that F for
No,
us?
it's for Monkey.
I was like, no.
I don't think that anyone outside of Rand and the Ashaman know that name until at this point, right? I don't know how the women in the White Tower would know that they're called Ashaman. So when Alviarin dropped the word Ashaman, I was like, oh, she slipped up, and then Aleda didn't catch it, and I was like, damn it.
I don't remember.
Because Aleda doesn't know what that word is. Because in the book,
right,
Aleda is
like Ashaman, what? What the fuck?
Rand's whatever Alviarin called them, right?
Yeah.
So I really think that that was Aleda's moment to realize that there's something hinky going on, and she totally missed it.
But I think she does, which is why she goes to the girl later, who I wrote down her name, and tells her to basically start looking for dark friends.
Yeah.
Which was wild. This is sealed in the flame. I was like, yeah, sure, that's gonna work. Good luck with that.
Yeah, but Alviarin here makes a big power play takes Aleda by a little. She creates a little leash for Aleda, basically, and really is like, "This is what you're gonna do if you want to survive." And it's a really fun chat. I really like this chapter.
Great. I was reading this and I was like, yeah, fuck Aleda. I know that Alviarin's like Black Aja or whatever, but I was still like, I don't know. I felt very conflicted reading it because I was like, I'm a bad person.
This is where I was like, oh, like a significant part of the end of the book is going to be about the White Tower.
Nope.
This is it. This is where it begins. This is where that thing I was talking about earlier begins. Where like in chapter 32 of this book, a character finally learns about the events of last book and sets in motion what they're going to do about it. Next book.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like it's such a weird. This comes at such a weird place in this story.
Yes.
This should have been the epilogue.
I would have liked if this was an epilogue at the end, because this part does feel tacked on, right?
Yeah.
And so the placement of it is a little weird, but whatever. We get another S name.
We do get another S name.
Cian.
Fuck off.
Cian.
Sean.
It's Sean.
It's Sean.
It's another way to spell Sean.
It's actually it's the Irish Siobhan.
With the silent B in it.
No, the B is the V. The BH is the V.
Okay, it's
Siobhan.
Sean.
So Aleda goes to talk to Sean and is like, I need you to be a spy for me. And Sean is like,
sealed in the flame.
It's sealed in the flame, so don't tell anyone. And Sean is like, cool. So Sean immediately goes and tells.
Walks to Pevra, her like
Pevara.
Her Pevara, yeah, her friend who they haven't talked to in like a few decades, maybe. At least like at least like 10 years, I think it was.
Because I didn't know this. The Ajas aren't like friends with each other right away.
Well, they're not like really,
you have to be like in the Aja for 20 years before you're allowed to go hang out with your friends again. The White Tower is a mess. The White Tower is an absolute disaster.
Absolute mess. 100%. But so the first thing she does after being told to do this thing and told don't tell anybody, she goes and she tells somebody about it. Do you think that Pevara is Black Aja?
No.
I don't either.
No, I think that these two used to go down on each other, and there's a certain bond formed in the act of cunnilingus that they've carried forward into their adult lives.
That's fair. Pevara is also a red who does not hate men.
Yeah, I found that really interesting.
I like having a little bit of difference between the reds, because right now they all just kind of suck and they all hate men, and it's nice to see a little bit of variety in there.
Well, and almost every red except Aleda that we've met has been Black Aja, which I don't think is possible. Like I find that I want to meet more reds who aren't Black Aja, and so I think it's more that I don't want her to be, because Galena and Leandrin. And,
my theory.
Yeah.
My theory about why a lot of reds are Black Aja. Not because, the whole, hating on men. That is another part of it. But I think that they had probably the most chances to leave the tower and influence, the common folk, because they were always hunting men who could channel.
Why do you think that makes them dark friends more often? James Smith, thank you for that super chat.
Thank you for the super chat.
Kat Swain is not great. You are
She's
a liar.
Wonderful, thank you. Just because it gives them more opportunity to have reach, and also
so you're saying the dark friends go after them more because.
Yes, they go after them.
We don't know that they leave the tower more than other people, though.
We don't.
I feel like the yellows probably leave the tower just as much to go heal around the country, and
people generally come to. I don't know. It's my headcanon. I have no evidence for this, but I just feel like them being able to go out, they would have influence and also become influenced, and we know that the Dark Friends have a hierarchy, and so if there was a Black Aja, they probably have a bunch of underlings that are D-list dark friends.
Well, and I think that because Galena is a dark friend, she's such a figurehead for the Aja that she would be able to influence people towards the dark.
Yeah.
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 Well, we'll get to Galena.
Yeah. It's an idea, that's all.
Yeah, I do love that Pevara pulls an Elrond here. Sorry, spoilers for Rings of Power. I shouldn't have said that. But she is I just love you're sealed to the flame. hey, I'm sealed to the flame. Do you want in? And Pavara's
do you want in on this?
Yeah.
Daniel also brings up a good point that the Reds don't have warders. And so if you don't have somebody to kind of like ground you or like bounce ideas off of, I think it is easier to kind of fall off.
I just think that there's going to be Black Aja in all of the Ajas.
100%.
I want to meet more Reds that aren't.
Yeah.
Because I don't like the idea that like because they hunt down men, they're evil, which is kind of what it becomes if all of them are Black Aja.
Yeah.
Like I think that there are going to be people like Pavara who are just genuinely do not want to see the world broken again, but aren't evil. Like
totally.
they have the right intentions. And I think that it is Pavara makes the Red Aja more interesting.
Yes.
And if she was a dark friend, it would make it less interesting.
It's also like a duty that opens up opportunity for abuse.
Oh, 100%. Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Like if you already had kind of evil intentions and you kind of enjoyed like having power over people or hurting people in that sense, then Red Aja would be more appealing. So
no, I agree with that. I think that it's just that I like when institutions are more complicated.
Totally.
And don't have like and this is something that like is fun in a YA novel because they're only 300 pages, but where you have these like structures that are so strict in their thinking and methodology.
Yeah.
And you know, obviously so many YA books are about like the character that has the weird tattoo that breaks out of that. But when I'm reading more adult fiction, I want those structures to be more complicated and more stable.
Yeah.
And I think it's why I find the White Tower so frustrating. But I do like Pavara, and I hope that she's not Black Aja because I think it will be better for the storytelling.
I agree. I think it was really nice. They had a really lovely moment.
And then they decide they're going to read everyone's mail.
Yeah, I mean, where else do you start? Like when they first walked in there, I was like, girls, I don't know. I wouldn't know what to do either. I think that's a perfectly reasonable place to go.
Eric Madsen, thank you for being a member for 10 months. You're
Welcome
Narg. If you are a Black Aja, the only warder you can have is another dark friend who wants to trust a dark friend. Reds never take warders, easy peasy.
Yeah.
That's not true, though. Like, there are plenty of Aes Sedai who are in the Black Aja who have warders.
Who have warders, yes. I'm assuming that their warders are probably also
I would assume they're probably dark friends, but there are plenty of non-reds in the Black Aja.
Yeah.
We've met them in the 13 who left with Landrin, and Alviarin's a dark friend, and she's not a
Here's the problem though.
she's Black Aja, she's not red.
We know that the Aes Sedai can like compel their warders.
Yeah, and the Black Aja are evil.
Yeah, so they would
I would not trust that.
Yeah. So if they were Black Aja, they would just basically compel their warders, I guess, to do whatever they wanted, and it wouldn't matter.
Dave 3D Man says, somebody tell Nerdy that one of his predictions from a long time ago came true. Which of my predictions came true?
Which prediction?
That's not a spoiler. You can drop that in the chat.
Yeah. If it's something that's already happened, no problem. But we do not remember all the predictions that we make.
Yeah.
So.
Do you think Sean and Pavara succeed at any point in the series, or do they just die? I think they're going to get murdered.
I think they are going to get murdered, but I do think that they have some measure of success before that happens. Like, they find maybe a dark friend or, like, a Black Aja, which leads them to, like, Alviarin or somebody who just fucking cuts them down, right? Yeah.
All right. Crown of Swords, Chapter 33. A Bath.
33. So, Rand is moping. Because Rand Sedge boy, and Rand does not know how consent works.
Yes. So Rand is not seeing anyone. He's not bathing. He's not eating.
Because he thinks that he hurt Min.
Yeah.
He's like, oh no, I got a little too into the sexy times.
Yes.
I'm a monster. And I was like, oh my god, these poor people who grow up so, like, sheltered don't know what it feels like to be horny and, like, in the moment. And I was like, no.
This is why abstinence-only education is a crime. Like, it's the
crime.
Dumbest thing you can do is teach people to be so self-harmful about this like thing that we all desire, and not all. I want to be very clear. I don't
Right.
want to leave ace people out, but that the majority of people have these desires for this act that humanity has been doing for centuries and centuries and centuries and millennium, right?
Yeah.
And Rand does it and is like, I forced myself on her. And then Min comes in the room and is like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, she's like, do you think I couldn't have been like, no? Like, what do you think of me?
Yeah, and Min is like, I'll do it again right now. What are you, I mean, not right now, you need to bathe.
Yeah,
but
yeah, after you bathe. Yeah.
It's just one of those things where I'm like, you need to teach children, and I mean children, about the fact that sex is normal, and that if you have consent and you go about it in the right way, sex is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But oh man, poor Rand here. It was rough because for a second I was like, what is he being such a little like whiny baby about? And then when I realized, I was like, that's tough. Like that's a legitimate like.
Yeah, like I can't imagine feeling that way because you had like these feelings that the other person reciprocated. Mm-hmm. Oh man, yeah. Like Rand's not doing too hot. He's not doing too well.
No, and I think it's also it's the stress of everything else, right? Like he has a lot on his shoulders.
Yeah.
And what he needs.
I just feel bad for him.
Because I think that Robert Jordan, he wrote almost the whole book and he was like, you know what? I need a fun, relaxing chapter. I'm going to have my protagonist, male, probably self-insert character, just get bathed by a bunch of women while a bunch of other hot women with giant titties watch.
Yeah. I wore my Robert Jordan beanie today in honor of that.
He admits to Min that he loves her.
Yeah.
Huge moment, record scratch moment.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, I want to have sex with you more because I'm in love with you.
Yeah.
But also, I love Elaine and I love Avienda, and that makes me feel like a bad person.
Yeah, and Minna's like, you know what? That's okay.
And she's like, yeah, no, that's chill because all three of us love you. And he's like, how do you know? You've never met Elaine.
No, Avienda. She's never met.
Oh, you've never met Avienda, right? Sorry.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, we've been talking. We talk about this like
it's fine.
all the time.
We figured it out. Yeah. Which I thought was very funny.
And she tells him of a viewing she had.
Yes. There's two men.
Big news.
That like fight and like merge into one.
But then one of them dies.
Yeah. Which obviously Rand believes is Lews Therin, and he's like, oh, well, Lews Therin's not real, so I'm obviously going to, like, win this one. Mm-hmm. And I think that that's wrong.
You win again, Lews Therin. So this prediction, not this prediction, this viewing of Min's, what do you predict it is actually about? Because I have a feeling that it is not going to be what they're saying in the book.
No. I don't either. I don't know. At first, I thought it was tame.
Okay.
But I don't know how that they would merge into one. Unless if you're a dude and you kill other channeler dudes, you can absorb their power. But that would be a weird thing to introduce, and I don't believe that's the case.
Oh, Dave 3D-Man says, after Rand touched the dagger, Nerdy said it would be interesting if the evil of the dagger and the evil of the Dark One end up fighting each other in Rand's body. I predicted that.
You did.
I feel good about that prediction, Dave 3D Man.
That's a good one. Yeah. I totally forgot about that one.
I remember it now.
Yeah.
I did predict that.
I love that.
Who's calling that a spoiler? That they say that in the book.
No, that's
we haven't
quite gotten
what's his
there.
butt is like waving he's doing Reiki on Rand.
We haven't gotten there yet, but that's
so
you crushed it. Well
do
done.
you think that Goku and Vegeta are going to go up to the temple and they're going to spirit bond into one person?
I have no idea what any of those words mean.
So in Dragon Ball Z.
Okay, we're moving on.
No, but it is funny. There's a part of me that's like, who could Rand bond with?
Oh, like a warder?
No, like merge into one person.
Oh, I was like, what? Maybe no, because the other person dies. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, who would he like?
Demandred.
How would he merge?
He like merges with Demandred and kills him to steal his power.
But how would you steal the power?
He like fuses them together, and then he like absorbs Demandred's power into him, and then he wipes out Demandred, and that's how he kills Demandred.
Well,
no, he does it to Cad Swain. He steals her ability with the other power, and then Rand has the two powers, and he becomes the first Avatar.
No.
Saidar.
Here's the thing.
Saidin. long ago the powers lived in harmony.
No.
But then the Fire Nation attacked.
No, okay, here's the thing.
Durandred.
Oh my god. We know that Cadsuane and others have told Rand no balefire. No balefire under any circumstances, but it's the only way
fuck Cadsuane.
But it's the only way that he knows how to kill a Forsaken right now. So maybe that is discovering another way to kill a Forsaken.
No, he knows there's other ways to kill Forsaken.
How?
That's just his preferred way. You can kill them with a spear.
No, because then the Dark One will just bring them right back.
Yeah, but Rand doesn't know that yet. Rand doesn't know about Arengar and Osengar.
Fair.
Right? Like, we know that that's a Forsaken, but he thinks that Agenor and Belthamel are dead.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't think we're there yet.
I don't know what this prediction is, and I don't have any, hot takes on it, so...
Yeah, I think it's going to be a fusion ha. I think we're in for the fusion. The fusion. So Rand, while he's getting bathed down, he's like, fuck, I need to go see those sea folk. We've been talking about them for 2 books.
Yep.
They've been sitting there for 2 fucking novels.
Yeah.
We're finally going to go talk to them. And so he's like, all right, we're going to take a parade down to the dock.
Wait, there's a line, and I kind of half wrote it down, but,
James Smith writes, Cadsuane is the best, this actually hurts. Thank you for that super chat. She's not.
Thank you, James, for the super chat.
I'm about to rail on Cadsuane in a minute.
The maiden's name who starts with an N is, kicking the car and isn't done or whatever, and that cracked me the fuck up. I was so good.
Yes, on the way out, she's like, "Oh no, well we're not done."
Yeah.
Little brother.
Yeah.
So they go down to the sea folk, and he weaves a bridge. This got weird because I read it a couple of times and I didn't really understand it. But they get down there and then he weaves a bridge to walk on air up to the ship. But then he says that you can't lift yourself up. And I was like, wait, but how are you on the bridge then?
If you walked onto a bridge.
Right. But so you can lift yourself up.
You just have to walk there.
You just have to walk.
Yeah, you just put the steps like this, and it goes at a slope, and you... Yeah.
So you can fly, just very slowly.
Yeah. I guess.
Okay. Because when I read that you can't lift yourself up, I was like, wait, but he's holding himself up right now?
Yeah, on a surface. There's a surface that is holding him up.
Cool.
Like, he has, a bridge. Here's the thing. He can only take so many people with him, right? Because the length is... He can only keep a certain amount of length before it just, falls out, which is interesting.
Ember Eyes brings up that women can make them longer. That is the effect that women have on straight men, yes.
Yes. Yeah. He's walking on air, not flying. Exactly. What Monkey said.
All right.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Reading it felt weird. I felt like, so are the other... Because he specifically is like, the other Ashraman are not weaving. And I was like, wait, but yeah. This just, my brain disconnected.
Yeah. It took a second. That's fine. It was a little bit odd to read. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So they walk up onto the ship and he's like, hi, I am the Koramor / Karakarn / Dragon. I have too many... this is becoming a Daenerys Targaryen situation where I have too many goddamn titles.
Too many names, yeah.
Too many.
Yeah.
Koramor's the last one. We're taking, well, no, and now he's also the King of Ilion, but whatever. And then he's like, hey, we're going to negotiate. And Hareen is like, yeah, we're going to negotiate. And Rand's like, here's the negotiation. I'm the fucking Koramor. Shut up and work for me.
Basically, yeah. The one thing I really liked about this chapter specifically is that we're not going to have several books of Rand just hating Aes Sedai.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Rand Elmore, thank you for that super chat.
You can't fly with the power because it would cause too many potential plot holes. Well, I mean, everyone can teleport, so I feel like there wouldn't be that many plot holes.
Whatever. But yeah, I was a little bit worried after what happened to Rand that he would just be hating all Aes Sedai forever and ever for several books, and that would be hard to keep reading. Mm-hmm. I would understand it, but it would be tough to read. And so having this chapter and having these moments where, he's like, no, I can't trust Aes Sedai, but also, they seem willing to do what I say and they seem like they're here they feel like they're on the team, and this is good. And I like this like weird middle ground that he's trying to figure out with enough trust that they can actually work together, but also like not trusting them blindly because he doesn't know. And I think leaving them to negotiate on this ship is like a huge show of trust and faith for the Aes Sedai.
But really interesting that he's like, Marana's in charge, and all the Aes Sedai are so pissed about it because she's not the most powerful of them. Like he is throwing a wrench into their power structure, and what
was it? Were they upset for some reason?
Yeah, they're like not happy about it. They're all giving each other looks like, what the. No, Marana can't be.
But it was when he told the specific Aes Sedai to stand in certain places, they all were like, oh, yes. Like, they like some of his decisions, and then they don't like some of his decisions.
They don't like that he said that his commands will go through Marana, because within the Aes Sedai power structure, Marana is not number one.
Is as powerful.
But Rand has made her the top of their food chain now. And so they don't like that their power structure is being dictated to them by Rand.
Yeah.
Which I just felt was a really interesting take.
Yeah. Dead Iron, thank you for that super chat.
Nerdy, read this comment.
Did you ever watch The Bizaggerdigig? I have no idea what that is.
Did you ever watch DBZ Abridged? I did not. I watched it unabridged when it was airing live on television. So I saw all the episodes, not just the ones that have plot in them. I watched the entire Spirit Bomb saga, and I still remember sitting there and being like, is he ever gonna drop that bomb? He did.
Great.
It was great.
Cool.
Although that's kind of where I fell off. Frieza was kind of like the end of my love of Dragon Ball.
You're like, all right, I'm done.
I know a little bit of Cell. I'd never watched any of the Majin Buu stuff, but yeah. All right. So yeah, what do you think of Rand's negotiation style here?
Well, he's very clearly claustrophobic, and so doesn't do, like, the best job.
I did not catch that.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's why he's uncomfortable, is because he's in a wooden box.
Yes.
Again.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, Clarus.
So he was definitely
You're so smart.
He was definitely not thinking very clearly and didn't handle the situation the best. But honestly, I do think leaving it in Marana's hands was the best thing that he could do to like. And here's the thing: he knows because of Min's viewing that they're gonna be on his side.
Yeah.
No matter what. So he's like, fuck it. Yep, I'm leaving. You handle this, because he can't be inside like that on the ship.
I was wondering why he was so anxious, but the box and the wood, that makes so much sense.
Like he rips the arm off the chair because he just can't be there any longer.
Yeah. I didn't connect it to Dumai's Wells, and that's silly of me. You're very right.
That's not silly.
Interesting.
I mean, Rand is also not okay, so like it could have been like anything. Could have been like Luce Theron. Yeah.
Interesting. No, I actually really like that. Thank you for that headcanon. That's not headcanon. That's probably just canon, but I am surprised I didn't pick up on that.
Yeah. That was the first thing is...
This is why we go to book club, y'all.
Yeah.
This is why we go to our favorite show.
Pick up on these things.
We can't call it our favorite show. We're on the show. That's bad.
But it is our favorite part of the week.
My favorite show is Good Morning Football. Because I have it on when I work every day.
Great.
I need something on when I'm editing that I don't have to pay attention to. And Good Morning Football is the perfect, I do not need to pay attention to it show, because I already watched the football games. So like they're not saying anything that like I need to pay attention to.
That's fair. Father Jerusalem, thank you for that super chat.
If Rand could fly, he could just fly the One Ring to Shia Gold to defeat Voldemort. Duh.
Obviously.
Duh.
Too many plot holes. Oh my god.
Well, no, it's Mordor now. I don't know if you watched the...
No, we're not. Yeah. We're not talking about that.
Sorry.
It's a later video. But hey, if you're here, guys, and you haven't...
Check out our Rings of Power reaction when it goes live tonight or tomorrow.
No, like that smash button. Come on.
Like the smash button.
Yeah, like the smash button. We're now playing Smash or Pass. It's fine. You know what? You're good.
I feel bad.
Why?
Because I messed it up. You were going for a like button thing, and I went for a watch our video that isn't even up yet.
You know, it's fine. Sometimes we don't share the same brain cell, and that's okay. We can have 2 brain cells.
I have many brain cells. They don't work together, but I have them.
But they're there.
They're there, yeah. They're all present. They're just not accounted for.
Wow. Yeah, really interesting chapter. I was hoping...
Eric Runge Madsen said How to Get Away with Mordor. That should be the title of the show.
Oh my god.
That would be a much better title than Rings of Power.
Oh my god.
The Lord of the Rings, How to Get Away with Mordor would have been incredible.
We might steal that for the title of our video, our Rings of Power video that's going up.
Yeah, Eric, I'm robbing you, but you're a member of the channel, so you can't sue me. That's legally how that works.
Yeah, we might steal that because that was
How
fucking
to Get Away with Mordor.
brilliant.
No, we need to do a short film set in Mordor. And it's How to Get Away with Mordor. That is so...
And it's the orc legal system?
No, it's Sauron and Celebrimbor's relationship, but it's How to Get Away with Mordor.
Oh my god.
And it's just this, like, incredibly gay fantasy that ends with Sauron killing Celebrimbor.
I'm here for gay fantasy. You know what?
All right.
I'm here for it.
That's a show I actually wanted. That broke me. That's so funny. Oh, David Zoller's got a good one too. Only Mordor's in the building. That's good.
You guys are on fire today. I love it.
So Rand is like, Marana, you do this. Sanchin, you work for me now.
Sanchin? Seafolk.
Sanchin
That's
will
later.
2 books from now. After Matt
I don't know. I think
marries one of them.
I think he might annihilate them, to be honest.
No, Matt's gonna marry them, remember?
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain that the Sanchin will become part of Rand's army because Matt will be their king. And I think it's going to be accidental. Like, I think Matt is going to accidentally become king of the Sanchin.
Why? Is the Daughter of the Nine Moons going to be like that one?
No, I think the Daughter of the Nine Moons is going to be like some like courtier of the Sanchin. Uh-huh. That's going to be like one of the like lords of the Sanchin. And then he's going to marry her. And then he's going to be like in court. And then they're going to like dice for the kingdom or some shit. It's going to be something just that only like he's going to Taviran his way into gambling for control of the Sanchin. And he's going to win.
For gambling?
He's going to, like, the
gamble.
Empress of the Sanchin is going to be Taviran into, like, challenging him to gamble for the Sanchin.
To roll dice?
It's going to be something silly like that.
No, it's a horse race, and Olver is going to win it.
Olver is going to ride wind to victory against a Golem,
yes.
which will give Matt the kingdom of the Sanchin.
Mordor, she wrote. Guys, you're crushing
Mordor, she wrote's great.
That's well
Chat
done.
is Mordoring it.
Yeah.
Less cowbell, more door. That's funny. Mordor on the Southland Express. These are great titles.
Here's my thing.
Amazon, hire us. We will make you a TV show.
We didn't. No, that was chat. That was not us.
No, I'll take their title and I'll turn it into something.
Wow. Yeah. We're gonna take your ideas. Mm-hmm. I think that the Daughter of the Nine Moons is going to be a religious figure. Because we don't have a lot of religion in the Wheel of Time yet. And I think that, like...
Wait, so Matt's going to become the head of the Church of England?
He's going to be the Pope.
And Steak is me thinking of that super chat. EK Strim? Maybe soon. We're trying to figure out our schedule. Maybe soon.
Thank you, Steak, for the super chat.
Thank you, Steak, for the super chat.
I don't know. Daughter of the Nine Moons just sounds like a very, like, prissy title. And it feels like a religious thing. So, I don't know.
Yeah. All right, so chapter 35.
I hope that he marries because of a fucking bet. That is the most Matt thing I have ever heard.
Oh, it's gonna be accidental, 1,000%.
Yeah. The dice are gonna stop spinning in his head. He's gonna be like, "Great, what the fuck is gonna happen now?"
Him and the Daughter of the Nine Moons are going to Vegas, and they're gonna get married by Elvis Presley. They're gonna wake up the next day not remembering doing it, but they're gonna be like, "Oh fuck, we got married last night."
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then there's a movie with that plot. What Happens in Vegas? I think it's called.
Yeah. There is literally a movie.
Yeah, I know.
Into the Woods. I didn't realize I was.
And home before the next chapter.
To see, to sell, to get, to give.
35. Into the woods.
And home before dark.
Into the woods. Out of the woods. There are giants in the sky.
Wrong song.
No, that's how that goes.
No, I know, but it is a different song. It's a transition into a. Yeah.
It depends on which album you're listening to.
You know what? Fair.
Yeah. The way that it's cut, because there is no cut in the music.
Right.
It's into the woods and out of the woods. Da, there are giants in the sky.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's neither here nor there.
That is not relevant.
Oh my god, I'm such a fucking nerd. So Rand is like, yo, shit is popping off today.
Yeah.
Let's go do some random shit. And I was like, or we could have a plan.
Yeah, that like Taviran-ness, he's like, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna go take some risks. And I was like, okay, this seems like a very bad idea, but sure. Mm-hmm. Why the fuck not? And so
Nemsi still has their wedding jeans from when they got married in Vegas. So
amazing.
Proud of you.
I love
Proud
that.
of you.
Wedding jeans. I'm here for it.
I'm here for it. Canadian tuxedo, baby. So Min, we basically are like, we're in Rand's room, and Rand is like putting clothes on, and Min is sitting on the bed being like, this furniture is awful. I am replacing this. We are going to get Rand.
Yeah, we're redecorating.
I am not a woman who cares about such things, but I care very much right now, and I am going to redecorate this room.
Yeah.
Rand is having his is moving in with a girl for the first time.
Yeah.
And she's like, the navy sheets are going. We're getting more pillows.
Yeah. Some decor that's not so like garish.
Do you think Min is like fully moved in at this point? Do you think she ever goes back to her own rooms?
No.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Avienda and Elaine are going to show up, and Min is going to
be pregnant.
Yeah.
They don't have birth control.
Yeah, not that we've been introduced to.
And like Rand to me feels like the kind of guy who is not shooting blanks. You know what I mean? I feel like the one power he's the Dragon Reborn. That man is fertile.
Sure.
That man is just like pumping seed like you wouldn't believe.
I hate it here.
Hi, welcome to the final episode of the Nerdy Wordy Book Club.
That's it. We're done. We're done here.
Hey!
Hey, Dusty!
You guys...
Guys, we might be on the Dusty Wheel later.
Well, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. Come on over to the Dusty Wheel, and we'll be talking about the panel.
Let's go. That'll be fun. Oh, Timothy got their toque. I'm so glad you like it. It's nice, right?
I love it.
They're actually great.
They're sturdier than a lot of other toques that I own, and so I've actually been wearing this like every day.
Like a lot, yeah.
Yeah, I love it. His sperm is inevitable.
Oh my god! And right on cue, the
best adult dating site, you guys.
That was great. That was perfect timing.
Yeah, we are happy to be ciswine mommies here. Mm-hmm. So Rand is like, yeah, so we're gonna go.
We're gonna go portal somewhere.
Deal with the rebels.
Yeah, let's just go fuck them up.
I was like, Princess Leia.
Yeah.
Admiral Akbar?
Yeah, and so they portal into the middle of the woods, and
But wait, before that, Min's like, wait, but won't people know? And Rand's like, no, I do this all the time.
Yeah. He's like, no, this is like every Tuesday for me.
Man, I do this all the time. I'm so excited. Let's go.
Yeah. He's just like high on life right now. It's great.
It's Taviran-ness, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think the knowledge that Min wants to have sex with him again, and that Lews Therin is real, gives him this like, he has this like his come down from his panic attack on the ship. He has like this adrenaline rush that makes him make terrible decisions.
Steak is me. Thank you for that super chat. I mean, I don't think so. We both predicted that Rand is going to have many babies who will come into play.
The question was, what if the Dragon Reborn is like a Witcher situation where infertility is a side? You know, this is a podcast, right?
I frequently forget.
You have to read the question. If you just answer it, the people at home
that is totally
don't know what you're saying.
Sorry, people at home. My apologies.
Do I think that the Dragon Reborn-ness makes him infertile? I don't.
No, he's gonna have some kitties.
If the male channelers were unable to have kids, I feel like that would have been brought up at some point.
Oh yeah. So he's like, I do this all the time. They portal and they run into Moraine's cousin?
Aunt? No, niece.
Right, because Moraine is like
younger.
40-something.
Yeah.
And Caroline is, what, probably like 25, 30? I don't know.
Caroline!
Caroline Damodred.
Who is against Rand, meets Rand and is immediately like, you seem chill.
Yeah.
I'll lie for you.
Taviran, I guess. She's like, you're going to be my cousin Thomas. Come along, cousin Thomas.
And this is where the Taviran-ness gets a little bit like, okay. for me is this moment where she's like, I am your enemy, but you're Taviran, so whatever.
Here's the thing.
We're chill now. And I was like, wow, he didn't have to earn anything.
It really depends on how much she actually wants to be there. Because there could be a lot of other forces at play that have forced her to be in this position where she is. Mm-hmm. Which I'm actually not 100% clear on, or like what her stance is, because she like.
But that's my problem with introducing it at the end of this book.
Yeah.
And just being like, and his Taviranness made it okay. Is that this is a self-contained little novella of a 2-chapter thing that is completely unrelated.
Yeah.
That just sort of happens with no build-up to it.
Yeah.
And it is only happens because, Taviran.
Yeah.
And that's where it feels like a little bit cheap, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. In that it would have been very interesting to see Rand have to, like, manipulate his way in.
Yeah.
And have to, like, actually use some sort of skill. And here instead the book is literally like, don't worry about it. His Taviranness just kind of, like, overcomes the conflict.
Yeah.
And so it's not an inherent thing. It's not an action thing. It's just that Taviranness overcomes conflict is... Or sometimes it's fun, right? Like, I spoke more than I wanted to because you're Taviran on the Seafolk ship.
Yeah.
That to me is very fun.
I think more so that the Taviranness means that he will encounter the people who can help him resolve the situation. Right? Like, she seems like she's got a good head on her shoulders and is kind of there to resolve things as opposed to just fight and, like, escalate for not really any reason. And so I think that it's more, the Taviranness is, like, where he ends up and who ends up being there with him, as opposed to, like, manipulating their, like, thoughts and ideas. Like,
but he is manipulating thoughts and ideas. Like, we know that he's doing that.
I think he just brings things out of people.
Blue, thank you for gifting 10 nightly memberships. What's
Blue,
up? So many people at the nerd table.
So much. We got so many nargs in the chat.
And Sean Daru says he pays the price for convenience. Yeah, he does. He ultimately, right?
Correct. Yes.
But
yes.
I wish that this chapter just had him win over Caroline in a more active way.
I wish there was a little bit more there.
Yeah.
Either we knew Caroline's intentions beforehand, or we were introduced to them, or they had a conversation, or just something that was like a little extra paragraph or two, I think would have helped smooth this over.
Just just something active.
Yeah.
It's agreed. It just feels a little bit like inactive, and that to me is not my favorite kind of storytelling.
Yeah.
If you watch the stuff that we do, I talk about this constantly, right? Like, you have to tell stories through what your characters do and how they respond to situations, not through telling us things that are happening around them.
Yeah.
That doesn't tell us anything about our characters. And
yeah.
Wheel Up Time says he should have at least pulled a guitar solo serenade. 1,000%.
Yeah.
If Rand went in as a bard and, like, played music and she was like, oh, like, you're a musician, like, you're more complicated than just a soldier. Mm-hmm. Like, something like that, where she's like, oh, like, you care about music. Like, that changes my opinion of you. That would be super interesting, right?
Or, like, there's, like he like, runs into somebody who, like, is, like, injured or wounded or stuck or something, and he, like, helps this person that he doesn't know, and Caroline, like, witnesses this.
Or her horse takes off and he saves her. Just some small thing that he does to justify his Taviranness over correcting it. Like, her if you use the Taviranness to say that, like, her reaction was larger than it should have been, but she is still responding to something that he did, and it's not just 100% Taviranness.
Yeah.
That's where I'm coming from.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then things get spicy because what's his face shows up.
Kind of. It doesn't really get spicy.
He's a dick.
Darlin's not that bad. Or are you talking about the other guy?
The other guy.
Well, they meet Darlin first.
That's true. You're right.
And Darlin seems on the fence.
Yeah.
Darlin doesn't seem too aggressive.
Yeah. Darlin's sussing things out. But yeah, they head to the camp, and
it's funny. Darlin is like, I don't mind him having Kalendor. I just don't like that there are Aiel in the stone. And I'm like, oh, it's racism.
Yep.
So we get to the camp, y'all. We get to the fucking camp, and guess who's there? Fucking Cad Swain. This woman sucks.
What do you mean?
She's trying to get on Rand's good side, and she is chilling with his enemies.
She's trying to win them over for him.
The fuck she is.
What else do you think she's doing there?
I don't know.
Why else would she be there?
That is a great question. Why are you there? It looks bad. This is going to reflect really poorly on her.
It looks bad that he showed up. But on the other hand, if she comes over to Rand and is like, hey, solve those rebel problems for you, they're now yours.
That is... Okay, Cadsuane, thus far, is a character who exists purely to take insane, poorly strategized risks.
Okay, but that's what makes her so fascinating, because she's lived this long and she fucking kicks ass.
No, because in the Game of Houses, which we fucking know Kyrians love to play, if word got back to Rand that Cadsuane was there, he would never allow her in the castle again.
But how would word get back?
Because everyone is a fucking gossip in this world. What do you mean, how? Everybody, literally everyone in this world gossips incessantly.
Yeah, but they're like rebels who are like away from the group. Like, it would take forever to get it back. Like,
I don't think so. I think that there are probably servants who are passing notes and shit between the camp and the city.
Here's why it's smart, is because they need to know what the rebels want, what their numbers are. They need info and intel on that. And the only person who can go into that camp without being sus is an Aes Sedai. The Aes Sedai can walk in and be like, okay, so we're here, you're going to respect me because I'm Aes Sedai, and she's the one who can actually get information to solve this problem for Rand, or solve it for him completely.
Do not...
James Smith, thank you for that super
James
chat.
Smith, thank you for that. Cadsuane is not great.
She's wonderful.
Dragon Snacks, thank you for that super chat. Cadsuane will grow on you. She won't. She's fun. She's not. You don't show up, cause problems, find out that you are causing problems because not 100% your fault. Part of it is she finds out that Aleda fucked over Rand's trust. She has this meeting where she's sitting down and they're like, oh yeah, Rand doesn't trust Aes Sedai because of what Aleda did. And Cadsuane's first action that we see her do after that is go to the rebel camp without talking to Rand first. That is not how you build trust with someone who is inherently not going to trust you.
But they're not like working together yet.
I know, and that's the problem. Cadsuane is making decisions about who she's going to talk to. The people who are...
She's trying to like bring him something useful as a peace offering.
You don't know that. We never find out why she's there, but she is there behind Rand's back.
I think that that's why she's there, and I'm gonna stick with it.
Okay, but whether your intentions are good or not, she should know better. She should be smarter. She is 320 years old, at least.
Yeah, but also Rand is busy as fuck. Like, it's honestly, I think it makes sense that she's like, all right, this is a thing, small, I know I can handle this myself, and it builds a bridge between Rand and myself.
If Rand found out that she was there...
Which he did.
No. If it had gotten back to him, he finds out in a moment of literal battle. Like, it doesn't matter. If word had gotten back to him that Cadsuane and the two other Aes Sedai were hanging out there, they would never be allowed near him again.
I don't think so.
What do you mean you don't think so?
Well, because he would be like, what? Like, Rand would be like, what the hell's going on? And she'd be like...
When has Rand ever been reasonable enough to ask?
I mean...
He's not a reasonable person, and she knows this.
He is, like, a lot of the time.
When it comes to Aes Sedai and trust, he is very black and white. And my point is that she should have known, after the conversation with the other Aes Sedai, that being there puts her at risk of Rand thinking that she's acting against him.
But to Ta'Veren, so it doesn't matter.
No, but it does. Like, you're supposed to, like... The introduction of this character has been insane to me.
I love it.
She's the fucking worst.
Hal, thank you for that super chat.
Hal, thank you for that super chat. Cadsuane will grow on you like cancer. God damn it.
I don't know. I'm here for it. Team Cadsuane. I think it's fascinating. And I love the parallels between Moraine and Cadsuane. Right?
Moraine would not have been in that camp.
Moraine totally tried to bully Rand, would go behind his back, would share information or withhold it from him however she felt like it, and only at the very end did she give over.
It's Charisse. Thank you for that. Cadsuane is awful. You are correct.
Chat.
I need to combat these other super chats that are in her favor. Thank you so much. James Smith is, all of his super chats are against Cadsuane. He's just trying to stick it to me. But he doesn't agree with me. Turvok, thank you for that super chat. Both of you stick to your guns regarding Cadsuane. It's more fun for us all. I just think that in this instance, this is a terrible decision for her to make, whether you like her or not.
I think you just don't want to lose the bet.
It's not a bet.
We did make a bet.
It's not relevant to the bet. Whether I like her or not does not change the fact that I think she survives.
Survives. No. We said if we change
What was
our
her
mind.
bet?
The bet was like if one of us changes our mind.
No, the bet is if she's in the epilogue.
Was it?
Yeah, our bet was about her being in the epilogue, wasn't it?
Oh, whether or not she survived, whether or not... Because you think she'll live and I think she's going to die.
It's on video. We'll figure it out later.
I will go back and look at it. Guys...
I think she's going to be in the epilogue and you think she's going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what the bet is. It's not about our opinions.
Oh, I think we talked about that, but then we didn't actually make a bet for it.
Dragon Sax, thank you for that super chat. Ket Swain is my second favorite after Aleda. You have...
You monster.
You have a mommy kink, and I think you need to see a therapist about that.
Thank you for the super chat.
I'm kidding.
Jason Traynor, welcome back to the Nerd Table.
Let's be honest, with Ket Swain, that's a grand mommy kink. All the Aes Sedai reminds me of the quote, power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely 1,000%.
Oh god, yeah, the Aes Sedai, wild.
Anyway, Ket Swain is there because she makes bad decisions. We've literally not seen her make a good decision this whole book. I don't know why you're defending her.
I disagree. Chandra, I thank you as well for that super chat. Ket Swain is best boomer Sedai.
So Min sees that Darlin and Caroline are going to get married. Ooh, cuties. But first we meet David Hanlon.
What? Where is it?
David, but it's David. Ashandra, I think that's super chat. Ket Swain is best boomer Sedai.
I love it.
And we also have Padden Fane's back. Padden Fane's hanging out with Torum.
Torum, that's his name.
Who's the guy who hates Rand. There's this chapter introduced a lot of characters really quickly.
Torum hates Rand, is also a Blade Master, is listening to Padden Fane.
But didn't hate Rand as much until Mordeth showed up and influenced him to hate Rand more. For the people listening to the podcast, I just did a really gross wink into the camera.
And also, he's the worst because he's like, he really wants to bone Caroline and is like super fucking creepy and weird about it. So that's fun.
Torm's awful. But also, Rand is just casually like, oh yeah, that's Padden Fane. And people are like, no, it's Mordeth. He's like, no, it's Padden Fane. 100,000 gold crowns to the person who brings me his head.
Yup.
I was like, oh, Rand is like rich.
Oh, yeah.
Rand is wealthy.
He's conquered a bunch of cities and he gets like a fifth of the thing. Well, actually, Caemlyn he didn't touch, but still. Yeah. He's rich. That's how being a lord works. And when you're the Lord Dragon, well...
And so everything is tense, even though people don't know that it's Rand, but like more people know that it's Rand than should be. And then Torum is like, let's fight. And Rand is like, yeah, okay.
Sure, why not?
Let's fight.
Let's duel.
And they're like, oh, you can't fight him, Rand al'Thor. He's a blade master. And Rand's like, hold my beer, bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Which is...
And then they dance.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
Yeah.
I liked it. I here's the thing. I think that this moment in time is going to... Whoever survives what happens next is going to remember this moment. And I think it will change or maybe
you think
adjust
people are going to
their
remember
movement.
this?
I think some of them
I think
will.
everyone's dead.
No, I mean, Caroline's not dead.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Right, like there are at least her, if not maybe a couple others who are important, will remember this moment and maybe have a newfound respect for Rand because of it.
Okay, yeah.
Which is why I think it was there. I think it was fun.
Yeah.
I love the dueling stuff, like just the way that Robert Jordan like describes the like dancing.
Yeah, it's cool.
I love it.
I think not I think. What am I saying? Min is freaking out because there's 4 red Aja there. Do you think those 4 red Aja are the people who create the fog?
No, I think that the fog is Padden Fane. I think it's from Shadar Logoth. It's the same kind of like mist, but it's like...
Does Padden Fane have... Padden Fane doesn't have magic, though. No,
but he does have the dagger, and he is part magical being who's been kept alive through the power of hate for centuries. So he's basically Sheev Palpatine, I think. I don't know. The fog reminded me of what's in Shadar Logoth, and so that's why I think it was Padden Fane that caused it. I don't think the red Aja made this like weird tentacle mist with the monster inside. Because it was literally weird it was like full like the movie like The Mist. Like,
it was
Stephen
100%
King
The
vibe,
Mist.
and I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. And Bryce says, I thought it was a bubble. I thought it might have been a bubble too, but I don't know why the dark one would help Padden Fane.
But the dark one, I don't think sends out the bubbles on purpose. I think that they are just random.
Oh, so it's just kind of an accident. It's just coincidence?
I think so, but
okay.
I think having it be Fane is more fun.
Oh, also, if it was the Red Aja, Rand would have had chills.
Yes, he would be able to know that they channeled.
No, you're right.
Yes.
Somehow Mordeth returned.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly.
All right, this is where I begin. Why somehow Palpatine returned is actually a really good line. And how the people who say that somehow Palpatine returned is a bad line are just misunderstanding the situation. You see, in The Rise of Skywalker... All right,
we are not... That is a whole other video. We are not touching that right now. But yeah, I definitely thought that it was Padden Fane and the dagger doing something.
So fog strikes. Fog starts seeping in everywhere. No one can see. In the confusion, Rand...
It, like, pulls the tent off of them.
Rand is like, oh my god, what's going on? Mm-hmm. And then Torum finally lands a blow. Because they've been, like, just, like, blocking and missing each other like crazy. Because they're both really good.
Yeah.
Which makes me hope that Torum becomes a good guy. And that him and Rand are sword bros.
I don't know. He's a little fucking creepy and weird.
Yeah, but he can learn.
That's what I mean. It's possible.
Being a little creepy... Isn't
being like, I'm gonna fucking marry you, and any man who comes within 5 feet of you, I'm gonna beat the shit out of, is fucking weird.
I know, but you can grow from that.
Sure.
If you don't actually act on it, right? If you don't actually break the law, and you're just like...
Break the law? He beat the shit out of a kid for touching his horse or something?
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, no, fuck Torum.
Yeah.
Never mind. Rand's probably gonna have to kill Torum at some point then.
Probably.
Yeah.
Especially because he's being influenced by Padden Fane.
Or it'll be Lan. Lan will...
Yeah, I don't think that the influence of Padden Fane is that easy to just break out of.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Padden Fane and Torum probably escaped together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're so much smarter than me. Why am I even on this show? I just bring the looks.
It's true.
Yeah, and the structure. I keep us on track.
That's fair. If I had to do this myself, it would go very poorly. Yep. Anyways, so yeah, there's a big weird tentacle monster, and one of the Red Aja gets ripped in half. Yeah, I think some of her limbs fall.
Franklin Cheatham says, Nerdy believes the How I Met Your Mother theory that creepiness is not based on acts, but instead based on the response to acts.
What?
That's true. That's 100% true. I do believe that, yeah. I don't think any action is inherently creepy. I think that the context of your action and how it plays with the other person is what makes something creepy.
I don't know. I think like stalking someone is always going to be creepy.
Yeah, I know. But if the other person is attracted to you, you can get away with things that would be considered creepy by someone.
That they are creepy, but the person who like views it in a specific way makes it not.
Like context is really important, right? Like I acknowledge that like I get away with things that other people wouldn't be able to get away with because I'm funny. No. And I don't mean that as like a braggy thing. I'm not like trying to be like, look at how fun. But like, I'm professionally funny. I think I have enough critics who have called me funny over the years. I can say that like in my career, I do comedy and like I do it somewhat well, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I can get myself, if I say something that is inappropriate or if I get into a situation where I have maybe like overstepped or something, I can usually get myself out of it with a joke.
Yeah.
In a way that someone else wouldn't be able to do, right? And I also know that, like, if a woman is into me, you can be very forward with her at a bar. Yeah. And if a woman isn't into you, being that forward with her...
Then it is... Yeah. No, I understand what you're saying. I didn't understand the initial, like, statement.
Berserker is bringing up the creepiness hotness graph. There are certain actions that supersede that. Yeah. But it is a real thing, right?
Isn't that what You is about, where he like stalks her, but then she's actually
but then he's also a murderer. No,
but then aren't they both murderers?
Neither of us have seen the show, so
I've never seen it. You know what? That's fair. That's just what that show seems like to me, and I'm like, why?
Yeah, like creepiness hotness is for guys, and craziness hotness is for girls.
Yeah.
Creepiness hotness is for girls as well, though.
You know what? Mm-hmm.
But no, it is a real thing, and it's an unfortunate side effect of our society that like there are certain physical traits that we've decided make actions creepier, and that it's a genuinely an unfortunate aspect of society that people treat each other people treat each other's actions based on how they look.
That's why everyone in the Wheel of Time is hot.
Well, but there's an element of it too that is definitely like privilege and financial, right? Like there are going to be women at the club or men at the club who, if you are not like dressed to a certain expectation, you're approaching them is treated as like, why are you talking to me? You're below me. Look at what you're wearing, right? Or situations like that where it's not even just looks, right? It's more than just looks. It's a plethora of things, and usually it is classist.
It's this weird like societal hierarchy that we've imagined in our heads, and it's baffling to me.
So Dead Iron says nerdy defending the bad Star Wars movies. There's no such thing as a bad Star Wars movie. Let's move on. Chapter 20 or 36. Oh my god, we're getting to the end here. 36 Bloodies.
Blades.
We were in here. So the fog comes and they're fighting in the fog. It gets a little bit crazy, and Rand is hurt because Torm got a nice little whoosh on him.
A little smack right on his wound. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah. And while they're trying to get out, Cad Swain takes the lead. And in this situation, Cad Swain is the right person to lead.
Correct.
Yes. So it's a good thing that she happened to be making terrible decisions earlier in the day. And so they're on their way out, and out of the mist, out of the fog, who pops out?
But our boy.
But Meryl Streep as Padden Fane.
Beans, and nothing but beans.
And not stabs, kind of like slices.
Like lunges at him, and Min throws her dagger, which he has to avoid, so he only kind of like nicks Rand. So Min actually is like a goat in this moment.
Min is the goat.
She is goat, always.
And so
she's like, next
Padden
time I
Fane
won't miss.
slices the wound.
Yes.
Previously left by Belal.
I thought it was a Shamael.
A Shamael.
Yeah.
That one.
Baalzamon.
Remember how much time we spent trying to figure out who Baalzamon was? And Baalzamon is no one?
It's just another name for it.
It's just another name for Shamael?
Yeah, and you were like, no, I don't think it is.
I was like, no, Baalzamon, because there's 13 of them. James Smith, thank you for that super chat. Cad Swain is not the best.
Thank you, James Smith.
Stop it.
Appreciate it.
Oh my god. So, Padden Fane scurries off like the coward little monster that he is.
Yeah. And Rand very nearly dies in that instant.
Well, because he thinks he won. He thinks Rand's dead, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He leaves.
He can't imagine.
Got him.
He can't imagine Rand surviving that wound.
But luckily, what's her face? Another S name, I think.
Samitsu.
Yes, is like the best yellow in the history of, well, not the history of the White Tower, but like currently in the White Tower, other than Nynaeve. I can't wait for the two of them to meet, because that'll be fun.
I feel like Samitsu will definitely be played by an Asian actress.
Why?
Just because Samitsu, I feel like they're gonna lean into that, like, right?
Yeah.
If
he was running out of S names.
I just love the idea that this is Michelle Yeoh. Just because I want her in Wheel of Time, and for her to be like the badass healer lady.
Yeah, can we make that happen?
Can you imagine like Shori Agdasholu and Michelle Yeoh as these twin Aes Sedais working together for good?
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Huh?
Yeah. Yes, please. I will absolutely accept that. But yeah, she comes over and she is able to help momentarily. She's like, he's like literally about to die. I kind of stopped it for a moment, but he's definitely gonna die because this wound is like all kinds of fucked up. She's like, it's like two kinds of evils, and I don't know what's up here. Which is fair. She's probably never seen either kind of wound before, ever. So then they have to like fight their way through the mist. Yeah.
And they get to a cart. They basically are like,
First of
freeze.
All, we
need your cart.
First of all, the like gore and level of like horror in this chapter was wild. I hope that very they exciting. Like keep like this is like fucking like R-rated level horror, and I was like, oh my god. But yeah, they like find a cart driver and his turnips. They throw him all the gold in the world and be like, we bought your turnips, we bought your cart, now go. Min is also like, no, we're going to Oh, shit.
We're going to the palace.
Yeah.
Because if he wakes up somewhere else, he's going to
If he wakes up with, like, strange Aes Sedai in a place he doesn't know, he's going to freak out. And Cadsuane is like, wait, why? What do you mean last time? And Min is like, oh, yeah, Eleda fucked him up real good.
Yeah.
So, actually, Cadsuane went here before she knew what Eleda did.
That doesn't make any sense, though. Why didn't the Aes Sedai tell Cadsuane about it? They know it happened.
I don't know. I feel like nobody walks up to Cadsuane and is like, hey, by the way.
Wait, so, yeah, but that means that in all of that interrogating that Cadsuane did of them, none of them revealed what happened to Rand? That's very weird.
I mean, I guess she didn't ask the right questions, and none of them wanted to be the one to have to tell her.
That's fair, yeah. And so they go back to the palace to finish our Into the Woods musical moment.
Yeah.
And...
Oh, and Cadsuane's like, I won't hurt you more than I have to. And I was like, alrighty.
That's kinky.
Okay.
That's what you say before a good spanking.
Yeah.
Maybe you had a paddle in there. Maybe a little tasseled paddle.
Oh, my God.
Marco says Rand forbid them to mention the specifics. Yeah.
Oh, I don't actually remember that.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how how that works out. But yeah, no, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So, they get back to the palace and the boys with a Z are there. And the poor Aiel are like, wait, what? How he left again?
Yeah, they pissed, which, like, fair.
And they throw him in the room and
they just chuck him in there.
Dahmer?
What? Yeah.
There's been so much, let's call him Damer.
Damer.
Because there's been so much Jeffrey Dahmer stuff lately with the show. I don't want to call him Dahmer, but Damer like heals him.
Wait, I thought that was Flynn.
Isn't his name?
Or is that the same person? Is it Damer Flynn? I don't actually know.
Is his name not
because Deshiva comes
Flynn?
in.
Should we call him Flynn? Okay, so Flynn. So the boys come in.
Yeah.
And Flynn heals him, and Samitsu is like, wait, what the fuck did you just do?
Wait, show me that. Wait, you can't show it to me because, goddammit, you're going to describe exactly what the fuck you just did.
And he's like, I know things you don't know. I figured it out. And this is, again, leads into my problem with these women being so old, is like, how the fuck do they not figure shit out by trying shit? It does not matter.
They're not allowed.
Wait, since when does that fucking matter to Aes Sedai?
Here's the problem, okay? Mm-hmm. In today's day and age, you cannot do, like, experimental surgeries and procedures and medications and stuff without extensive, like, testing and things like that. And it's the same for, like, the yellows. They can't, like, experiment on people to, like, better their craft.
Because the one thing we know about the Aes Sedai is they definitely listen to the power structure of the White Tower. And they respect it.
I want to believe that they don't want to, like, horrendously harm people who come to them for help. Potentially harm them.
This is why you like Cadsuane, because you think you still believe in the White Tower. And I know that it is a pillar of lies.
I believe in individual people, all right?
I believe that the White Tower is a pillar of lies.
I just think that like healing is a very difficult craft to expand on if you don't try new things, and trying new things comes with a huge risk to the person that you're experimenting on.
I know, and the Aes Sedai are the people who are cocky enough to take those risks.
Yeah, some of them.
But anyway, he knows more than her, even though he started channeling like 3 weeks ago.
Well, maybe.
The Black Tower has been set up for like 6 months.
Yeah.
But actually, though, right?
Yeah.
The Black Tower's been around for 6 months, and this woman is over 100 years old. And she's like, what are you doing?
Yeah. But here's the thing
This is where them living for so long gets weird.
No, it's not that weird because it's a completely different power. Like, she doesn't understand because she can't know what it is like this difference between Saidin and Saidar. Right? Like, that is such a foreign concept to her that she... And here's the thing.
But it's not a difference in the power that lets him do what he does.
No, we already know that they have to go about things differently, right? Like, traveling, for example. Mm-hmm. Rand is like, I just punch a hole through the universe. Yeah. And someone tells Egwene, yeah, don't try that unless you want to absolutely tear a hole through the entire pattern. If you do it with, like, Saidar.
Yeah, but he was taught Balefire by Asmodean.
Sure, I think some things work the same. But I think that there's a lot of stuff that actually, like in the mechanics of how it works and how it's woven, I think is very different between the two powers.
There's never been anything introduced in the books that only one side can do, except interact with certain triangles.
No. The thing, it's not that a person can do a thing differently. It's that they are gone about different ways, and that the effects are sometimes different as well. Like, women can hold longer bridges. Traveling works different, and even how they embrace the power is very different, right? The surrender versus the, like, battle. And so those things being different, I think that, like, the actual, like, structure of weaves and things is very different. And, like, Flynn even says that he thinks he might have a talent for it. Like, he just kind of, like, intuitively knows. And so that's why I don't think that, like, she would be able to comprehend really what he's doing, because how he works with his weaves may not necessarily translate with how it would work with hers, because the powers are so different, but also can work together.
I'm not going to disagree. You're right. You're 100% right in what you're saying.
The thing is, we haven't seen much of that yet because we don't really know how the weaves work.
As a power structure, though, for the novels, that implies that there's no, like, value in longevity.
What do you mean?
Cadsuane should be able to ruin Rand, because she should be better at channeling than him. Even if she's not as powerful, she should just, experience should matter. And this is a world where you have these characters who have a literal century of experience being less valuable than 6 months at the Black Tower figuring it out. And that, to me, that just denigrates the entirety of the Aes Sedai even further in my eyes. I'm like, you are 100. You've been doing this for over 100 years, and this guy figured it out like in an afternoon.
Okay, but Nynaeve figured out how to heal Stilling in like an afternoon. Like, Flynn basically has a talent for healing. He's the Nynaeve.
Yeah, I don't like talents. I'm not gonna lie, guys. This might be controversial.
That's fair.
The talents are silly. My talent is shields. I can hold shields like nobody else. I'm like, what does that mean?
I don't know. It's one of those, okay, this is going to be a garbage comparison, and I apologize, but it's kind of like in Twilight, how each of the vampires have, like, one, like, special power thing that they can do.
Oh, Stephanie Meyer took that from this 1,000%, right? We're all in agreement that Twilight took the vampire talents from this.
Yeah. Yeah. I think,
I'm not saying that it's a bad thing that experience isn't valuable in this world. I'm just saying that it has become very clear that experience means nothing in the Wheel of Time.
Here's the other thing. I would actually love a scene where, like, Cadsuane shows off all the fucking shit that she can do, and she could possibly outdo Rand if she had felt like it. Right, because Rand is super strong. Maybe. But, like, Cadsuane's been around forever. She might have some tricks up her sleeves in the same way that, like,
I would love to see them.
Well, and the same way that the Forsaken have tricks up their sleeves because they were from a different age and they have these secrets and different, like, they know things about the power that we don't know.
No. The Age of Legends channeling is so different from the channeling I'm talking about. Because it's the Age of Legends, they're like, we knew how to do shit. We were actually good at this.
Yes.
That's separate, right? What I'm talking about is the fact that the Aes Sedai are literally bad at it. Like, the experience of the White Tower very clearly does not... I'm not saying this is a bad thing about the books.
No,
I'm saying that this is a fact about the books.
Yes.
The Aes Sedai, and this is why Cadsuane is bullshit, and she's so far up her own ass and she needs to figure that out. The Aes Sedai are bad channelers. They are not creative.
Yes.
They don't know what they're doing.
Correct.
They are incompetent in many situations.
Correct.
And they are being regularly outclassed by 20-year-olds who are just trying shit.
Yeah.
But they're 150 years old. And so
the White Tower sucks.
Cadsuane coming in here and being like, I know what's best. And I'm like, you don't know shit. The 20-year-olds in this series outclass you in every single way.
I don't know. Maybe she
Elaine just, like,
her roses.
figured out how to make terangrials.
That's
like,
great.
the Aes Sedai are actually incompetent.
Correct.
And it's hilarious to me. Samitsu is the best healer, and she's like, I've been doing this for 100 years. What?
But
this
I
guy
think
figured
that anybody else
on a farm.
Yeah. But
Tony Stark built it with scraps in a cave.
But here's the thing. Right? If it had been anyone else other than Samitsu in that moment when Rand got stabbed, he probably would have died. Right? She was able to at least save him momentarily and understand, like, that in that moment. Like, you know, it wasn't like she didn't know how to do jack shit, right?
Yeah.
She did something good. She had a purpose, and, like, she at least knows enough. But then again, this is a wound. 2 wounds on top of one another no one's ever seen before, so...
Bowley says, remember Mogideon had huge gaps in her knowledge? She doesn't have huge gaps in her knowledge. She deliberately hides information. She plays having huge gaps in her knowledge because she's deliberately playing naive and then trying not to reveal more than she has to.
She gives them... Here, you guys can detect men channeling if you just try this thing really hard, and it fucking just gives them headaches.
She doesn't have huge gaps in her knowledge, right? She's playing them that whole time because she's smart.
Yeah.
She does things like create gateways. That is such basic shit to her that she doesn't even think about it, right? Sure, she's probably not a healer. Like, I believe that. But she doesn't have huge gaps. Right?
Yeah. Like, there's definitely not stuff that she's good at. She's like, I barely can do, like, this kind of, like, magic.
The weird thing about this world is that, like, it's in Harry Potter, right? If I was going to get healed by someone, I want Poppy to do it. You know what I mean?
Huh?
Madame Pomfrey from the hospital wing. Like, I want her to heal me, right?
Yeah.
In the Wheel of Time, I don't want Samitsu to heal me. I want Nynaeve to heal me because she'll figure it out. Whereas I'm like, Samitsu doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. Anyway.
What do you mean she doesn't know what she's doing? She saved him.
Barely.
Better than nothing.
She got him like 10 minutes. And then Flynn was like, oh, yeah, thanks for getting him here to the actual healer.
I don't know.
Samitsu is essentially...
you are taking it too far. I'm going to say it.
Samitsu is essentially a, like, a medic. And these are not
2 wounds. 2 magical wounds that nobody has ever seen before.
100%.
Nobody. Ever.
I know. And the woman who is 100 and something is at a loss. And the guy who has been doing it for 6 months figures it out.
Because he has a talent for it. And whether or not...
And she doesn't?
No, she might not.
Wouldn't everyone in the yellow side... We're going too far with this.
No, I think that you choose yellow not because you have a talent for it, but because you think that you're doing the right thing by, like, helping people.
James Ross, thank you for that super chat. Robert Jordan takes quite a few liberties when it comes to writer's convenience. What I thought is neat is he has names for it that are tied into the story.
Taviran, talent. Yes. Yes. It's fun. Yeah.
Fudgy Vamp says, Samitsu, well, the arm has to go. Nynaeve, maybe we can grow it back. I would buy that.
Yeah. I could see that interaction for sure.
Gabe Yonkowski, thank you so much for that super chat.
Thank you for the super chat. Welcome in.
First time catching a live stream. I have been reading this series once a year since I was a kid. That's impressive. I don't know how you got through this in a year.
Well done.
Your show's the highlight of my weekend. Your viewing the show is the highlight of our week. So that's
Fridays
cool.
are our favorite because we love having these kinds of discussions, right?
Yeah.
And it's also fun that we don't, like, agree on everything, because I think that would make for a boring show.
There's a sentiment in the chat that I see a lot, which is, like, because people who are old never get set in their ways, I want to be really clear. If you live to, like, 150, you're going to try random shit just because you're bored. That's a long time to be alive. We're not talking about people in their 70s. We're talking about people who are 300 years old who would do... No, but let me finish. They would do the most random shit.
Yeah.
Just to feel alive.
Sure.
Have you seen...
But they can't share it. Even if they try stuff and they figure things out by themselves, a lot of this, like, experimenting would be absolutely forbidden, and so that knowledge then dies with them. And so they never progress. Because they don't want to share.
What do you mean
things.
Dies with them? They live for fucking ever.
Well, some of them live longer than others, but there's not a lot. Like, it's only our main characters who are, like, super strong with the power, right?
You're right. Chapter 37. A note from the palace. All right, we're back in.
Oh, man. Why is everything into the woods?
We're only an hour and a half into this. I thought we were well over 2 hours at this point.
No,
We've had so many tangents.
We're crushing it.
How are we only at 90 minutes?
Let's go.
This show is so aggro today. I don't know. I feel like I'm in a really good mood. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Do you feel mad?
No.
I hate Cat Swain, but I'm happy about it.
Nah, I'm Gucci. Like I said, I think it's, like, fun that we don't, like, read things and interpret and, like, take them the same way. Right? Because it helps with having, like... Sorry, excuse me. It helps, like, representing other people's perspectives in the chat as well, right?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you disagree with us, I hope you know you're welcome here. Unless it's, like, about, like...
Right.
Black people.
Yeah, if yeah.
I want to be clear. There are certain disagreements we will not allow.
Yeah. Yes.
There were definitely a few people who got banned last week.
Yeah, but if you disagree with us on like your interpretation of the book or how you took things or what you like, that's fine. That is more than okay because it's really nice. When you have this many words in a book, not everybody's going to interpret it the same way, and that's really good art. So
100%.
Yeah.
Matt. We're back with our boy, Matt. He's avoiding Tylen, but struggling to because she's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
This gets... we probably should have put another content warning at the beginning of this episode. I think... content warning for the next section... we are going to, again, have to discuss elements of sexual assault and consent.
Yes. Dedsy, welcome back to the Nerd Table. We really appreciate it. No, you're good. You're good. Thank you for being here. Here's the thing. We talked about it enough last week. I don't think anything about this situation has really changed enough for us to rehab the discussion.
No, but it is really twisted that she gets other people involved and ties him up.
Yes.
Because now it's not we are still in the
it's
world
last week,
of,
but worse.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's any more we can add to this conversation. F's in chat though for Matt because Matt is very clearly dead.
Matt is dead for sure.
So that sucks. But
this whole scene about Matt getting dragged by a group of women and then tied to a bed is really awful. Yeah. It's fucking garbage.
Now, the points of the conversation that I think are important to have are his interactions then with Elaine afterwards.
Yeah, because Elaine, there was a moment where I was like, oh, I might be hard off the Elaine train.
Yeah, I was like, no, don't do this to me. And, we figured it out. It's fine. But yeah, it was awful. So basically, Matt.
Before we do that, I want to address this. JD Jack 519 says, "Does Tylen existing mean Cadsuane isn't the literal worst?" Tylen is dog shit garbage, right? All rapists are. Fuck those people. Cadsuane is the worst in a fun way. Yes. I love Cadsuane. I hate her, but I love reading about her. You know what I mean? Like I want Tylen kicked out of the books. I want Cadsuane to keep being in the books because it's fun to hate her because she hasn't done anything that I'm like. Whereas she's not a bad person. I just disagree with how she behaves, and it's like fun to interact with the way that she interacts with the world because I disagree with it so vehemently. With Tylen, what she has done is actually awful to a character I really love. Yeah, they're different things. When I say Cadsuane is the worst, I'm not saying she's the worst person in these books. I'm saying she's the worst because it's fun. Yeah. Fuck Tylen.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think the worst part about Tylen is that she doesn't believe that she's wrong. Yeah. She thinks that what she's doing is perfectly acceptable because of the weird fucked up things that Ebudar believes about everything. But I think that that's what makes my skin crawl even more is that she's totally thinks it's fine with it. And I was like, yes. But anyways, so Matt.
I just think Cadsuane is arrogant. Yes. To a degree that I find infuriating.
She's not a horrendous person. No. Yeah.
If you make me saying I love Cadsuane into some kind of audio alert, you will be banned. I tell you this now. No. Clarence might send you a shirt, but you will be banned. So. So Elaine, he tells Elaine about what's going on. And
because they come out of the palace, right? Yeah. And
would you say they're on the steps of the palace?
I would say that. And Matt gets this little gift basket, which has flowers and a note and everything in it. And so they go into the carriage with he rides with Lan, and Lan tells him about Mogideon. Because Nynaeve wasn't going to tell Matt that 2 of his men died because one of the Forsaken is there.
Nynaeve.
Dumb. Fucking dumb, Nynaeve.
I didn't...
Do better.
This was unfortunate.
Yeah.
She's
like, I'll tell him when I'm ready. And I'm like, that's not how this works.
But also, she's trying to enjoy... Died. Whoa. Lan and fucking... Okay, I have a
Lan
bone...
and Nynaeve got married.
I got a fucking... Robert Jordan... I'm gonna drag you out of your grave for a moment here because I got a fucking bone to pick with you. Yeah. Lan and Nynaeve got married and you did it off page?
I know, I'm so sad. I really wish that we had gotten, at least, obviously it's not smut. We wouldn't get the full description. Fade to black, fine. But at least the ceremony, what that entails with the sea folk, because there were some surprises for them. I wish we'd gotten to experience that. But that's okay.
Nynaeve and Lan got married and
Yes.
you put it off fucking page. I'm pissed. I was legitimately upset when she's like, yeah, we got married last night. And I was like, wait, what the And then I was like, oh, it'll be in the epilogue. There's no fucking epilogue to this book. They skip over Nynaeve and Lan, our main characters. My favorite character gets fucking married in this book, and it doesn't happen in the goddamn book. I have never seen such a huge character moment just fucking ignored by the author that we can ride in a goddamn carriage for 12 pages.
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but what is this?
I know.
Is this not a book about characters? Is this not a novel where my favorite character got married off page? I am furious. I am seething. I almost stopped reading.
I give up.
And
That's the
canceled
end of book
podcast.
club. No more book club. We didn't get to see Lan get married. This is it. This is the end.
This was a travesty. It was a train wreck. It is the grossest oversight of this entire series so far.
Yeah. I just wanted to watch Lan get married. And the rest of it. But that was never going to happen. You know, you know.
I know that I'm being like exaggerating for comedy. I'm actually very upset. I think this was a bad choice.
Yeah.
I think that like this is such a huge moment for these characters. It's such a big buildup, and this should have been a payoff that really should have been fantastic.
Yeah.
And I it just kills me that this was off page.
Yeah. No, I feel that. I feel that. Lan is best boy. But yeah, he's like, yep, we're married. And so they get to
quickly, Aldon says, yeah, but Lan wouldn't want it on page. Come on, man. Lan does not know that he's in a book. So I think that I don't know that that's an argument that I would debate.
What's his face? Tylen's son is also in the carriage. Forgot about that.
Yeah, Bacharach. Burt Bacharach is in the carriage.
Burt Bacharach?
Yeah, Burt Bacharach.
Bangarang. No, I don't remember his name.
Burt Bacharach is with them.
I was gonna say it's Bearlane, but that's not. That's a different character.
Can you imagine if Bearlane showed up in this chapter? Just randomly. She's just there.
Oh, God. Beslin, thank you, yes.
Yeah, Burt Bacharach.
Yeah, he's there. And so...
Do you not know who Burt Bacharach is? Wow. Okay. Cool.
No. I have no idea.
He wrote a couple of pretty, like, significant musicals.
Oh, really? Oh, well, I probably should know that then.
Promises. That's Burt Bacharach music.
I don't know it.
Yeah.
Oopsie.
Yeah, so they're chilling. Matt finds out that Nynaeve is keeping things from him again, and he's like, these ladies are going to be the death of me.
Dedsy, thank you for that super chat. We really appreciate it.
Dedsy, thank you. What if sea folk weddings are extremely boring 3-hour affairs with lots of religious verses?
See, I don't believe that.
Then you cut to the interesting bits because you're writing it. You can make it.
You can make all the cuts you want. Yeah.
An hour of nonsense later, Nynaeve and Lan did the horizontal hustle.
Jesus.
But
yeah, so when they get out of the carriage, Matt is like determined to speak to Elaine, and Elaine stops and is like, "The fuck, Matt?" And he's like, "What did I do this time?" She's like, "I know what that basket means."
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "I'm sorry. What the fuck?" She's like, "You're sleeping with the queen? Like, dude, come on." And he's like, No. You don't understand. This woman is harassing me.
Yeah.
And Elaine does not believe it.
Well, there's a moment where she's like, "Oh, come on, Matt. You're a scoundrel. You probably love it." And he's like,
no.
He's genuinely hurt by that.
Yeah.
She realizes it and adjusts. And I thought that was a big moment for Elaine.
Huge.
Yeah.
And thank God for it, because I was this close to being like, no, Elaine, don't be the worst.
Brett Babinow, thank you for that super chat.
Thank you for the super chat.
Reread this story a few times, and listening to you guys really opened my eyes to more Gace and Ball were amazing characters with amazing heartbreaking storyline. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Really. I love them.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no, but I think that Elaine managing to turn it around and like have this brief moment.
Yeah, she takes some time to actually process what's being said, because right now she's upset, right?
Yeah.
She has like an emotional thing that she needs to deal with before she can come back and say, okay, you know what? I'm sorry. Like I will try and speak to her. I will try and see if I can help with this situation that you're in and make it better, right? Like, she's like, I will talk to Nynaeve and I will figure this out. And she still kind of like doesn't know how to feel about it, because I'm assuming this is the first time she's probably ever heard of a woman taking advantage of a man in that way.
Yeah.
But I appreciate her like taking a second and at least like giving it some thought and being on Matt's side for a moment.
Yeah, and I think that like I think it's important that Elaine doesn't make jokes about it. You know what I mean? I think that is important. I think that I would have been very upset if that was where the direction that this went.
Yeah, if she just started like bullying him for it, I would have hated Elaine, and that would have sucked.
Josh Timko, thank you for that super chat. RJ was
thank you.
Robert Jordan was writing the wedding, but got too horny to continue. There are stains on the transcript to prove it. I want to own a page of that transcript and like frame it and put it on the wall.
The official Wheel of Time smut.
And so they are headed to go get the bowl. That's what they're all doing. All the wise women, not the wise ones. I hate that those are Robert Jordan.
Wise women and wise ones?
The wise women are of the circle, and the wise ones are of the...
It's the knitting circle, which I love that's what they call it.
And so they're going to get the bowl, and Matt reads Tylen's note that his things are being moved into Tylen's apartment.
And he's like, I need to leave this fucking city immediately.
Yeah. Dakuna says a big Wheel of Time map would look pretty good on the wall behind y'all.
Okay, we almost...
It was so expensive.
We were at Dragon Con, and they had a Wheel of Time map that was beautiful, and it was
leather.
Not engraved, but it was in leather.
Embossed.
Yeah. It was this huge leather piece, like leather hat, and I was like, "This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen." And it was like what
$6,000. We almost bought it, but then we realized we didn't have $6,000 to buy a giant leather map for our wall.
Yeah, because I would fucking put that in my entryway. It would be like this.
It was gorgeous.
I would build my house around that piece, but
it was like hand embossed and like hand painted in the details. So there's a reason why it was so expensive.
Yes.
Chapter 38.
Maybe one day.
Chapter 38. We got 4 more to go. And we're not yet at the 2-hour mark.
So much that happens, though.
I know. This fucking ending. And it's all unconnected. Okay.
Yes. We're going to talk about a bunch of different storylines here. So.
Okay. 6 stories. Chapter 38.
Yes.
They get to the Rahad. This is actually the chapter where the Elaine Matt conversation happens.
Sorry, yes. I got a little bit ahead of myself because I don't think there was too much in the previous chapter that... I thought that this was the important part to talk about.
And Matt, when she has her, like, turn, when she kind of, like, takes that moment to step back and realize... part of the reason why she does take that moment to realize how serious he's being is because he offers her the medallion. And he says, you need to protect yourself. And that's the moment that she realizes that he's being serious and that this isn't a joke. And she looks at him, and I love her sentiment here where she's like, do you know how many times I would have killed to have this?
What I would give.
But I need you to keep it because you can't protect yourself against power, and I probably can.
Yes. I have a better chance of being able to, yes. Yeah, that moment, I was like, Elaine. Yeah. Well done.
And so
Matt being like, I fucking hate the situation that I'm in. And this is what I think is best. And
so they go inside and Michael Kiosi, thank you for contributing to the map fund.
Thank you for the super chat. We appreciate it.
Appreciate that. So Lane goes upstairs and a couple of other people go with her. And then just before the rest of them can head upstairs, Falion and Ispin?
Yes, I believe
Jimmy Fallon shows up and shields Nynaeve.
Yeah. Well, because, Elaine heads upstairs with a bunch of the others. So they're like, oh, the bowl up here for sure. And Nynaeve is downstairs because her and Matt are upset with one another because Lan told him about Gideon and whatever.
Lan is in trouble.
But they get surprised by some Black Aja who shield Nynaeve, which, like, I was like, oh, shit. Mm-hmm. But she breaks out of it, so it's fine.
No, she doesn't.
She doesn't?
While they're holding it, Lan charges them, and they have to break their concentration.
Well, yes, but I mean, she is able to, like, break the shield.
Well, but she doesn't just, like, shatter it. Like, it's because Lan... Yes. Well, and this is an interesting reason to have a warder, right? Because the Black Aja are not going to be able to hold a shield on someone as strong as Nynaeve and channel at Lan at the same time.
Yeah.
Totally. So they have to make a choice. They choose to shield Nynaeve, but because their concentration is on Nynaeve, suddenly it is available for them, for Lan, to make this move that causes all hell to break loose.
Yeah.
And
Nynaeve has to be like, yo, these are Black Aja, fight them. And the two, like, wise women are like, oh, God, but they're Aes Sedai. Like...
Rihanna's like, they're under the umbrella of the Aes Sedai, so we can't hurt them.
Jesus. James Smith, thank you for that
James
super
Smith,
chat.
Cat Swain sucks. Stop it.
She's great. Team Cat Swain.
Cat Swain is not the best.
I think the shirt will say I shrimp for Cat Swain, and it's just going to say nerdy is wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. My shirt already sold a bunch, and yours is going to go up so late that it won't sell as many as mine, and so ultimately,
guys, you need to buy my shirt so I win.
No. You simply cannot win. There are not enough people who actually believe that Cat Swain is a decent enough person to buy that shirt. And you will find that out when you put it up.
Okay.
When? When are you putting that up?
Today, because fuck you.
Oh, you're gonna put it up after the podcast when no one's watching to go to the merch store and check it?
We're gonna go on Dusty Wheel and I'm gonna fucking pump my merch.
It's almost like I had the shirt in a video where I promoted the shirt.
All right, I see how it is.
See, one of us is good at this.
I'm busy.
And it's her. She makes more money than I do.
Hey, all of our money is joined, so it doesn't matter. Oh my god.
Oh well,
I will make it.
Bazimian says, "Where's the Team Cat Swain shirt?" One of us is lazy and still hasn't made it.
I'm gonna make it. Okay, I promise. I love Cat Swain.
It's fine. Mine's been up for a few weeks and has sold many shirts. So thank you to everyone who's bought one. Deadsy says, Nerdsy's being so smug, I have to buy the shirt even though I won't wear it. What? I'm not trying to make more money. What are you talking about?
Wow.
So there's a lot of fighting. And there's a couple of things that happen here that we can't skip over.
True.
Because Nalcian dies.
Yes. This was very sad.
Yeah, this hit.
Yeah.
This hit.
Well, because he's like, it's going to be a boring day. Should have stayed in bed.
No.
And I was like,
And he's just over and over again, I should have stayed in bed.
No.
Really? This is what we're here for? Really? This is what we're here
guys,
for?
can we pour one out for Nalcian?
To Nalcian. I was upset for the guy. He just wanted to follow Matt. He just wanted to do his best.
He was a good dude.
And yeah, he was a good dude. Mm-hmm. And this one hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I feel like in a situation, obviously a bunch of the like wise women died, but I feel like we definitely had to have a named death.
Yeah.
It was a very dangerous situation. It was, oh God, it broke my heart. Yeah, because Matt goes upstairs and Elaine is like slumped up against the wall. Looks like she might be dead, and he's like, "Oh fuck, I failed."
Yeah, Nynaeva's like, "We got this. Go get Elaine."
Yeah, there's channeling upstairs, and we find there's a weird looking dude there, who is like has superpowers, like super strength, basically.
Matt steps him in the back several times. Nothing happens.
Yeah.
He's the one who rips out Nalcian's throat, which is crazy.
Yeah. And the one power does not affect him because he's a golem. So he's probably the same one that killed Herod Fell, I'm assuming.
I'm assuming he's not the same one because there's 6 of them, and that one's on the other side of the world.
Oh, is it that far?
The other one was in Kyrian, and they're currently in Abu Dar. So like.
That's true. Maybe it is a different one, but it's the same kind of construct creature.
One of the Forsaken could have thrown him through a gateway, right? Like, they literally can teleport.
True. Zedrock, thank you for the super chat.
I'll buy 2 to help you catch up. Cat Swain is great.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Do not buy the I Shrimp for Cat Swain shirt.
You better buy it.
Do not buy it. And so Matt starts wielding the medallion. Because the man touches it and he burns, and Matt's like, "Oh, okay." And he does what I did when I was like 6 years old when I had a yo-yo, and I was like, huh, cool. I'm so cool. You can't hit me, Drew Dutton.
He needs like nunchucks made out of this like medallion.
Wow, I just went way back to my childhood.
Oh God, those memories. Thanks for the memories.
I wonder what's up with Drew. I haven't seen him since 3rd grade. So Matt catches him and he's like, no.
Yeah.
And Matt saves Elaine in the same way that Harry Potter saved the Philosopher's Stone by burning the face of his enemy.
That's true, actually. I did not realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these books came out in the same year.
Oh.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Huh. Didn't I? Yeah, okay.
Sis Army says, are you shipping to Hungary? Don't know. I would go to a merch store and see if they ship to you. We don't handle any of the shipping, so I do not know.
Yeah, it goes to most. Yeah.
Roger Lai says, admit it, nerdy, you did this 2 years ago. I haven't had a yo-yo in years.
Yeah.
I used to be a pretty good yo-yoer.
I
used to have some like tricks and skills.
I was very bad at it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a pretty good yo-yoer at one point in my life. And so Elaine is thankfully saved by the other healer, who is a fucking S name, Sumiko. And Nynaeve come up and heal. But like really, Sumitsu and Sumiko in the same, and they're both healer. God damn it, Robert Jordan.
I love that for us.
The S name situation is getting absolutely absurd.
Yeah.
Like it's beyond absurd at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, Matt is a badass motherfucker in this chapter and did not deserve to die. He did not deserve to die.
Yeah, it is a shame that Matt, he made it through 7 of the 14 books, though, so that's impressive.
Yeah, yeah.
Well
done, Matt. You were a good one.
Matt and the girls, they all grab the bowl and they leave.
Oh, yes, the bowl is there.
They grab the bowl. Thankfully, they do have the bowl.
Yes.
And as they're going outside, the Sanjin attack.
Yep.
Because...
Well, no, not as they go outside. They go back to the palace, and they're trying to get everybody together so they can get the fuck out of there. But Ulver is gone, and so they need to do a search party for Ulver, and then the Sanshin attack.
No, they decide to leave because the Sanshin are attacking. They got to get out of town. They already know the Sanshin are attacking at that point.
No.
Don't they?
No.
Did I write my notes wrong?
Yeah, no. I don't believe that they know that there's an attack happening, but Matt does the thing with the Taviran. Right? He does the Taviran thing with the sea folk, and he's like, you don't understand, I invoke the blade, the master of arm, I don't know.
Yeah, I am the master of blades.
So, yeah, there's like a saying that he remembers because he's, has all the memories. Yeah, there's like a thing that he does, and I love that Elaine and Nynaeve are just waiting for him to Taviran his way out of this, because they know that he's correct.
They're like, we can't solve this one. Oh, they go back to, because they're in the, right, they're having the meeting. I totally skipped over the meeting.
The blades are bared.
The blades are bared.
So the master of arms, I believe, is like, takes precedence even over the, ship mistress? Yes?
Yes.
Sorry,
but not over the Coromor. So now Matt is second in command among the
for these guys right now. But yeah, he just fucking like boss babes his way through this situation.
Yeah, it's cool. It was a great scene.
He's like, hey, you know what, Elaine, Nynaeve, I see what you did there. Maybe next time just let me in on it. And I was like, that would be smart.
Just tell me that you need me to Taviran my way out. I'll Taviran my way out, but just like be on my team. He's just all Matt wants is for them to be on his team.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Tylan is there. Because of course she is. Fuck her.
She's like, I'm going to miss you, ooh woo. And I was like, fuck off.
Marisu says the rain setting on the Bowl of the Winds is currently set to bullshit.
Yeah. This was a really cool moment as well. Because I just loved seeing Matt.
Yeah, because he calls Renail a daughter of the sands.
Yeah, which apparently is like,
oh shit!
Bad insult.
Yeah.
She's gonna get her recompense somehow. Sorry, no, she's not. Matt is dead.
I don't know. I don't know if she's getting recompense. I think that she's gonna acknowledge this was the right call.
Yeah, but
I think they're gonna get out of there. They're gonna turn around and be like, "Oh, Matt saved our asses. Look at those fuckers."
Maybe. Yeah.
If someone was like, hey, you need to flee, and I was like, I don't want to, and they made me flee, and then I turned around and like the city behind me blew up and I was alive because that man forced me to flee.
Matt is like,
I wouldn't be too upset with the guy.
Yeah. Matt is like, there's a golem. I know about it somehow. Because he doesn't want to give up Brigitte.
Yeah.
But it's like, this thing is absolutely dangerous. They know where we are. We need to get the fuck out this instant. And he was big brain.
And fucking Ulver, this little child,
decides that he's, I don't know, frolicking in the streets. And so they make a search party to go look for him.
Well, yeah. But the Lan, Nynaeve, Elaine, the sea folk, all of the circle, they're going to the farm.
Yeah.
And Matt and a few of his men are staying behind to find Ulver.
Yes.
And that's
I love that also
split.
Nynaeve and Elaine already made the they made the arrangements to go to the farm and then just let everybody think that they took it as suggestion.
But also they leave the directions to the farm with Tylan, which is unfortunate because I'm worried that means that she's going to like use it over him somehow in a way that I'm not going to like.
Yeah.
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 Cyric Mericles says, Matt said, I read a book once, and everyone else responded, you can read? He can read the dice, boy. He can read the dice. Oliver is best boy. Put respect on his name. Oliver is not best boy yet.
He's a little shit.
He won one horse race, and he pinches... Well, actually, no. He's kind of a little shit. He pinches women's bottoms.
Yeah, he's a little shit.
We gotta train him away from that one.
He's leading on every single woman he encounters. He's like, wow, you have beautiful eyes.
I wouldn't say he's leading them on.
He's like,
He's flirting, but he's not leading them on.
I know.
He's not insinuating anything.
No, I know. It's just funny. Leah, thank you for that super chat.
Nynaeve was the only one that ever made fun of Matt's Thailand situation and likely tried to help by talking to her.
That never made fun of.
Never made fun of. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, well, because I think Elaine has a moment to like speak to her about it, right?
Yeah,
She's like, okay, here's actually what's up.
The person who has like the most questionable reaction is Avienda, and it's like sort of just a look, so I don't know how we're gonna feel about. Well, I feel like the jury's still out on Avienda's reaction to it.
Yeah.
Because it's just what Matt infers from a look, but he's also in his head about it, so it might not Avienda might not have actually done anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It might just be how he's viewing the situation because he's in the middle of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the jury's still out on the Thailand situation because it's not over yet. But Matt's storyline ends here, so I guess Matt is free of her because as he's running through the streets, the wall collapses on top of him and he dies.
Because the Sanchin attack and the domain are like blowing up the streets, and so Matt's dead. This is so sad.
F's in the chat for Matt.
Not
please,
coming back ever. We've totally seen the end of Matt. No more Taviran. Nobody's, just F in chat for Matt, please, because it's absolutely true tragedy.
Ooh, Morting says Birgitte also laughed. Yeah, Birgitte, no, you're right.
It's one of those moments where this is probably the first time they've ever heard of a situation like this.
Yeah.
And I think that how they react moving forward is going to be more telling than an initial reaction, especially if you're someone like who laughs when things are uncomfortable because they're like, wait, what the fuck?
But also but Birgitte also doesn't hear it from Matt, so she that's also a tough thing of like she doesn't have the context of it. And I'm not trying to forgive it. I'm just saying like I don't know.
Yeah.
We're going to need more information on how people are behaving.
Yeah. I don't think we have enough.
Oh, Takuna, did you hear that?
Sorry, someone has a really noisy engine outside the window and the window's cracked open. I will never understand noisy cars. I think it's just obnoxious.
So yeah, the Sanchin have attacked Abu Dar.
Yeah.
How many fucking people did the Sanchin bring?
Many.
They're attacking so many places at the same time, like within a week of each other.
Many people.
Because the attack on Amadisia was less than a week ago.
Yeah, but remember they did like conquer Tenchiko, and so they have all those people to fight for them too. So they've already increased their numbers.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, Spears episode chapter 40. Spears. Y'all, I am not gonna lie to you. The first time I read this chapter, I was like, why the fuck is this the second last chapter in the book?
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is the most, like, kind of not relevant. It's kind of this is a side note chapter, but it's in a place of utmost importance within the structure of the novel.
Yeah, this one is also one of those things that's like, oh, this is like a epilogue as
this
well.
plays more like the epilogue of the book than I agree with that.
Right, yeah, than like being in the middle of the book. But basically, Galena is being held captive and basically tortured by the Aiel. I can't read that.
G-Sox fan. G-Sox fan says, sorry if you have moved on. I'm a bit behind. What happens if Cat Swain survives but is not in the epilogue?
Oh, it's about if she lives.
I think if she's living in the epilogue. If she's still alive when the epilogue happens.
If she doesn't have a moment in the epilogue, yeah. But thank you. Welcome back to the nerd table.
Yeah, so Galena has been, like, run across the country. Mm-hmm. And Savannah names her Dot Sang.
Yeah.
A despised
one, I believe. Yeah.
And they're going to dress her in black wool because it's hotter.
Which is what they did with the dark friend lady in the caravans back in the waste. Yeah.
What was her name?
I can't remember. She's dead. Starts with an I think.
Isender.
Thank you.
Isender, yeah.
Yeah.
So she's saying now. But she thinks she's gonna be safe. She thinks that like who has her first? It's I wrote it down somewhere. Someone else is like running her ragged, and so she thinks that Savannah will save her from that person. That person does not. Nope, Savannah just makes it worse. Tharava.
Yeah.
So she thinks that Savannah's going to save her from Tharava, and then Savannah doesn't save her from Tharava, so she thinks that Aleda is going to save her from Savannah, who was supposed to save her from Tharava. And she becomes Datsang and has to like work without water. Which is
you basically do
rough.
You basically do pointless labor for no reason because fuck you. Which honestly, Galena's the worst. So yeah, fuck you.
But also Savannah, like all of these people suck. I'm glad almost all of them are dead.
All are terrible.
That's a terrible thing to say.
But it's fine. They don't last very long because who shows up? But
Sammy B.
Sammy B. In his disguise with Graindall, and he gives them fool boxes,
which is so funny. And Graindall's like, what if one of them just like knew what that word was? And he's like, they didn't. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. So he basically...
Samael's such a fuckboy.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you better watch out. There's a Aiel
better not cry, better not pout, I'm telling you why. Samael is coming to your camp.
Yeah, he's like, hey, you guys are in danger. Take these stupid boxes.
Danger?
And, he basically teleports all the Shido to, like, random places to be killed and picked off by anyone else. Which is fucking hilarious, but also awful.
And Merrick. So we cut to Merrick's point of view. And...
Yeah.
Because they're basically, Samael tells them that he's going to send them somewhere that's plentiful so that they can, like, build up their forces, right? And so they send Merrick and his people through one of the gateways.
Yeah.
And then close it on them halfway through, cutting 12 men in half.
Yeah.
And cutting off Merrick from his son and daughter. Brutal.
Yeah.
Just brutal.
Yeah.
Like, this is, that image of just 12 men just getting... And then suddenly there's just half of 12 men. I don't think Amazon will let them do that visual, but I hope that they do.
Probably not. But then they wouldn't be able to do the mist the same way either. It really depends.
The Boys is on Amazon. Go full ham.
Honestly, yeah. If
Fuck
The Boys can be on there.
It's a streaming show. Go full ham. Who cares?
Yeah.
And then this basically happens to all of the Shido. They're just like dropped random places around the world.
Yeah.
Mostly between Rand and Ilion. Rand's army and Ilion. So they're basically all dead because they're cut off. Except Savannah. Savannah will be fine because she took all of the channelers with her, which Samael didn't know because he can't tell which of the women can channel. Loved that touch. That he, like, doesn't know the difference between a maiden and a channeler.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's... Oh, God. He just went in to, like, fuck shit up, and I was like, all right.
So then we cut to Graindall's point of view, and Graindall's like, oh, God damn it, I should go to Demand. I should just...
Yeah,
Samael's like, I'm the nipples. You don't want to do that.
Nope.
You don't want to twist my nipples. Do you?
Or you do. And, yeah.
And then we cut to another point of view.
Yeah.
Y'all, remember last week when we were like, oh, I think it's Moradin watching them in the woods. It's not.
It's not. Well, okay. One of my guesses.
It might have been. But.
One of my guesses was Shadar Haran. And, he's been, like, spying on them because... And he's, like, tied to Shio Ghul and can only leave for a certain amount of time, but is trying to find a way around that, which is fun.
Yeah, Shadar Haran is like, I can only stay away from Shio Ghul for a limited amount of time, and I need to change it.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Do you think he's going to accomplish that?
Yeah, at some point.
I feel like Shadar Haran is going to be an interesting character at some point.
I agree.
I'm excited for him.
Me too.
And that's that chapter. The Shido are basically done, but Savannah is not. No. Right? That's kind of where it's at.
Yeah, Savannah is not, and Savannah wants something to control an Aes Sedai so that she has basically... She can use the one power, but it's not her. It's like...
Yeah, she wants an Adam.
Yeah.
Do you think that with what he just did that he's still going to do... Do you think he'll get her an Adam at some point?
No.
If she captures Rand at some point, do you think he will actually get her...
I don't know. I don't think Savannah would work with him again because he decimated her army, so...
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird, right? Because I'm so worried for Ship Captain.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this to the book?
Oh, I was, like, holding a place.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, that reminds me. Oh my god, I wrote down... Oh my god, wait. I need to find the actual context for this because it fucking cracked me up.
Samantha A. asks, why are the Shido done? Because they've been split up and used as fodder for Rand's army.
Yeah, basically.
Like, they're basically going to be... At the very least, they're going to be, like, significantly diminished. Oh, the Oath Rod. We didn't mention the Oath Rod.
Oh,
She now has a Oath Rod, sorry. And it can get women to swear on it, maybe?
Yeah.
So Galena's going to be forced to swear on her Oath Rod.
Galena, yes.
100%, right?
Definitely. Okay, maybe I wrote down the page.
Thank you, Bryce. I don't know how I totally dropped the ball on the Oath Rod. Yeah, so he gives her an Oath Rod, which is weird. Why? Like, I don't really get what Samael's doing random shit.
Yeah.
Samael is just doing random shit.
He's creating chaos, which I think is what at least Demandred was told to do. So
yeah, and I do like Shadar Haran, like, well, if it creates chaos, I can't be mad at it.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
oh, here it is. This is in Matt's chapter. I'm sorry, forgive me. This is not going to be as funny as I think it is. But the dice were still rattling around in his head. Maybe Mogideon likes back doors, he said dryly. Yes, I wrote that down, and yes, I wrote the actual page number because it was funny. Anyways, going back.
Did you just stop the whole podcast to make an anal joke?
I did, yes.
That's what this show is, baby!
Let's go. I'm gonna get that on a t-shirt,
Mogideon likes back doors. We should sell that shirt. Back
doors and dryly do not go together.
Oh, Mogideon likes back doors. This is so funny.
You're welcome.
We also need a shirt that just says she spun around before he could come on her from behind.
Honestly, yeah, we do.
Oh my god.
We need to make that happen. We're just gonna spend today making merch while we're on the Dusty Wheel.
I'm going to bed. I'm tired. I'm going to play video games today. I worked hard.
Anyways, yes. So...
Chapter 41, the final chapter of the book. You guys, we finished A Crown of Swords.
Yeah, nothing else happens.
No, we finished the book, though. No, I mean, like, we read the book. We've read 7 books.
Guys, we've read 7 books.
I'm happy about the fact that we kept this podcast going this long. This is a good time to tell you all this is the final episode of the pod.
Wow.
We will not be doing any more podcast.
I'm really, really happy that you let me know. Because I this is news.
Yeah, no, we're canceling the Nerdy Wordy Book Club. We feel like getting halfway through a series is really the right time to end it.
Yes, you never want to follow through.
The truth is, guys, this show is sponsored and produced by Netflix, and much like every good Netflix story, they cancel it right when it starts going.
We're produced by Netflix?
It was a joke about how Netflix cancels all their shows.
We should be making way more money. Haha.
I love when someone is like, hey, you're making a joke, so I'm going to put a joke on top of your joke to ruin your joke.
No, I'm not ruining it, but as long as they don't cancel Sandman, Netflix will have my faith back.
They're not canceling Sandman, they're just not going to renew it.
Don't say that. Don't say that. So we got to the end of the book.
We got to the end of the book, chapter 41.
Big, bulky chapter in which, Rand is basically dead. He slept for 2 days, and he wakes up.
And he's fine.
And he tells everybody to leave, and he goes and he fucks off to go kill Samael. And that's the chapter.
And he's fine.
I
wish, I do...
Perry Wolf, thank you for the super chat. To be clear, for legal reasons, that was a joke.
Everything we say on this podcast are jokes.
That's true.
Yes, Netflix does not produce this. But if Netflix would like for us to do a show for them, I'll make a show for you.
Yeah. We have many ideas for many
You won't market it, but we'll make a show for you. Perry Wolf, thank that. Damn, you're totally messing me up for a moment.
Yeah, I didn't mean to.
I'm sorry.
So Rand is like, oh, now is the best time to attack Samael because he's probably heard that I'm dying, so he's not going to expect it. And he takes his Ashman, and they literally just do the same thing he did last time where he sends everybody out of the room and he fucking makes a portal. They need to set up an alarm system before
he sends them out. Cadsuane, Min has a vision that Cadsuane has to teach Rand something. Yes. I feel like that's going to be important later.
It's going to be the madness. I swear she is going to be the key for the male channelers to stop going mad.
You think a lot of Cadsuane, and you're incorrect.
No, I'm
She's
here.
gonna teach
I'm
him
here for it.
how to
What?
dress
Pee
himself,
without
probably.
hitting the rim of the toilet? Like, she's gonna be dad?
She's gonna teach him how to put this toilet seat down after he uses it. James said, thank you for that super chat.
Thank you for the super chat.
Cat Swain Melhadrin is the best, amazing, and there's no better character in all of Wheel of Time. James,
Thank you, James.
It's a lie.
I appreciate you.
I don't appreciate liars.
You're doing the good work.
It's fine.
You're doing the good work.
Mike Sweeney says, are you really canceling the Nerdy Wordy Book Club? No.
No,
Guys,
no.
It's our favorite part of the week.
No.
Why would we make our lives worse?
Yeah, we would never take away something that brings us so much joy.
Timothy Juvit says, lol, just realized what Clara said, love it.
Yes.
Titties.
It's my Robert Jordan hat in honor of book club.
So, Rand,
How to Train Your Dragon.
he sends everyone out and then he goes on an adventure. He stops by Weramond's camp first and finds out that Weramond left the foot behind. And him and the Aiel ran forward with the horses. Because of course he did. And Rand is like, that fucking idiot, but
Weramond
it doesn't
is
matter.
An idiot.
And so he's like, hey, Min, I need you to distract the wise one so I can get away. And so she's like, God damn it, boy.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, I will do it because I fucking love this idiot.
I love this idiot.
But like, I don't want to do it, but like, yes, Rand. And Min is the fucking best. I would do anything for Min. I would leave my wife for Min, okay?
That's fair. I would leave me too.
That's true. I feel like she's down for a threesome, so we could just
invite her. Yeah, we could. Yeah. We could have a throuple. I'd be down.
And Rand is like, look, we're gonna go kill Samael. And the boys are like, let's go. And Dashiva's like, what? Sorry, what?
Dashiva is full, like, gonzo.
Dashiva's stoned, right?
No, he's mad.
He's Seth Rogen. He's so high.
He's fucked out of his mind.
You think he's mad?
Yes. He is fully listening to somebody talk in his head at all times, and that's why he's never paying attention.
I thought it was more like, I thought he was more like a space case. No, I don't think he's mad because I don't think he's behaving erratically.
No, but it's that voice in the head and that he's constantly distracted by. Just because, here's the thing, I think that like the taint probably manifests in different ways. It doesn't make everybody angry and aggressive. It doesn't make them all space cases. It doesn't make them all erratic. Like, I think it's all like different for different people. I'm
kind of hoping that we're going to learn about Dashiva and that there's going to be something interesting about how he is like a seer or like him being a space case is relevant to something, and it's not just him being crazy. Because I like Dashiva. I don't want him to. I mean, some of them gotta die, I guess.
Yeah, so. Every taint is different. Exactly. So they show up.
So they go to the Saldea, and they go to Bashir, and Rand is like, no women. And Bashir's like, my wife is gonna be so mad at me, but okay.
Yeah. She's like, we're gonna have words about this.
And so he opens a gate into the middle of Ilion, and he pops through, and all hell breaks loose. And Rand is like, all right, I gotta go channel from the top of the towers. And they like pop up, and the four Ashaman go to the top of the towers, and then Rand is on like the tallest tower in the middle.
Well, no, I love that they first bombard as much channeling as they possibly can to set off any and all possible traps. Yeah. They're like, okay, just to be safe,
we're here.
We're here. Hello. Yeah.
Samael. We're here.
Yeah. Yeah, that was great.
They might as well have just brought fireworks. Like.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they should have brought an illuminator.
And so Rand pops up to the top of this tower and then has to pop away because balefire hits it. And he's like, okay. And so Rand and Samael start to do the like fight that Rand keeps doing with all of the Forsaken, where they run away in a city and Rand follows them around using the power.
Yeah, he keeps.
It's the same thing he did with Bilal and the stone, and it's the same thing he did with Robin. None of the Forsaken want to fight him face to face. They all like run away, and he has to like chase them. Granted, he doesn't chase them through Teleran Riyadh this time.
Yeah,
but they're like popping around, and Rand's like feeling for power to like pop around
until they fucking go to goddamn Shadar Logoth.
Well, no, he just disappears, and Samael's not there anymore. And Rand's like, where would he go? But in his memories, he knows that Samael likes to beat people in places that are important to their victories, and so Rand jumps to the assumption that means Shadar Logoth. Did I read that right? Because I was like, did Rand have a victory in Shadar Logoth?
No, he marked the Waygate as his, but
Yeah, but if you're going to a place that's like important to Rand, I feel like he's marked a lot of Waygates.
No, that doesn't sound right. There was a reason. There was a whatever happened made sense. Sorry, let me see if I can find it.
Sorry, not Bilal. Berserker's right. It's not Bilal. Shamail. He chases the Son of Tyr. Because it seemed a little weird that Rand managed to get Rand's leap to a Shaiol Ghul was strange to me.
Yeah,
I'm worried that the chat is saying I did not read it right. So
he knew that place. Oh, no. So there is a portal. The slash opens, revealing the Shadow Cloaked Ruins of Greatness. So he sees through the gateway, half hidden by Shadow Dome. He knew that place the last time he had gone there. He had added a name to the list of maidens in his head. So Samael's...
yeah.
So
no, you're right. I'm misremembering my reading. Yeah.
Yeah, Samael's gateway left a residue.
Yeah, okay. I'm remembering it wrong.
Yes.
He does see that it's Shaiol Ghul. Right.
Yeah. No, or Shadar Logoth.
Sorry.
I know. Shadar Haran, Shaiol Ghul, and Shadar Logoth are all the rudest fucking things that you can...
And the fact that Shadar Haran and Shadar Logoth are not tied together.
No, Shaiol Ghul is...
But Shaiol Ghul...
Sorry, yep.
No, but this is the fucking problem.
I know.
Shadar Haran and Shadar Logoth are not... are on different teams.
Yeah.
But Shaiol Ghul and Shadar Haran are on the same team.
Yeah. So you're not wrong. That just happens later when he realizes... when he finds Samael at the Waygate. So you're not wrong. That's just what happens later, where he finds out where Samael is like.
That's what it is. I'm conflating the two things in my head.
Samael has a tell.
So Rand goes to Shadar Logoth, and he's trying to find Samael, and he runs into the bestest, most impressive Aiel of them all, Leah.
Oh, okay.
Who is...
I mean, Aviendha exists, but that's fine.
Okay, but Aviendha didn't survive for a full week by herself in Shadar Logoth. That's fucking impressive as shit.
Yeah.
That is like some next-gen stats level nonsense. Leah is so impressive, and it is so sad that she then gets caught immediately because of Rand and Samael's fight. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I like your eyes.
I was being... Oh, I can't say that.
Very cute.
Is that Daredevil? Thank you, Orchid Eater. The Man Without Fear.
Yeah.
Our reaction to the Daredevil episode of She-Hulk is live, so you can go watch that after this. We'll link it at the end of this video.
Hell yeah.
Also, our episode 7 reaction to Rings of Power is going up later today, so watch that at like 5.
Right. Yeah. Leah is just there somehow, and she like kills some Trollocs.
Because she's crushing it. Leah's so cool.
But it doesn't matter because she dies.
I don't know that she's dead.
She's dead. She got hit by balefire. She's dead. She's done.
I don't know. I feel like Shadar Logoth behaves differently. I don't know. I want her to be alive somehow. I don't know. I just think it's really impressive that she lived there for a week by herself. You know what I mean? Like, I just think that's really cool. And it makes me think that she's, like, really rad.
But no, I think she's dead.
And that she's, like, 13 years old. But she's, like, this, like, kick-ass warrior lady.
She's 13?
She's, like, the youngest of the Aiels.
She's young. I figured she was, like, 18. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, I thought Leah was really cool. And it was really fun that she's there.
Yeah. She's been there for, like, what? You said this book takes place over, like, 10 days?
Yeah, it's been, like, 10 days.
Yeah.
Well, maybe a little bit longer. Because that happened last book.
Yeah.
So maybe like 2 weeks.
But yeah, really she's about to... So what happens is she disappears. Rand is avoiding the Trollocs. Actually, no. The one thing is that Samael can tell the little amount of power it takes to have his sword come out. Mm-hmm. And that's why all the lightning and stuff comes down.
But then a dude shows up.
Yeah. Some motherfucker who...
What do you mean some motherfucker? You know who it is.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
Do you know who it is?
Yeah.
Who is it? Why are you looking at me like that? It's Tom Bombadil.
It's Moradin.
What?
It's Moradin.
No, there's no star twinkly eye.
Yeah, but no. He says that he's channeling, but he can't feel him channel. He's not using side in or side R. So the only person we know that can do that is Moradin, because he has the true power, right? It has to be Moradin.
Oh.
Who else would it be that is channeling without using side in?
Father Jerusalem.
Father Jerusalem, thank you for that super chat.
Thank you for that.
That train is great, just like Subway. Eat fresh. Also, Nerdy just hates gilfs. I'm the opposite of Young Gravy.
I just assumed that because I thought it might have been Morden, but I was like, no, we would notice the weird thing about, like, Rand would notice his eyeballs?
Well, but he could be, like, not using his own face.
But why would Morden help Rand defeat Samael?
Because the guy says that if Rand dies, a lot of plans are going to have to be relayed. Morden doesn't give a shit about Samael, but Morden doesn't want Rand to die, because Rand is important to his plans for Tarmogeddon. I think that even, like, Morden knows that Rand has to be there.
Okay, here's my theory. Okay. And you might think I'm absolutely fucking bonkers for it. I think it was Lews Therin. I think his, like, madness is taking a step further, and that he saw somebody. He, like, helped himself out of the situation.
But why? Okay, but why...
I thought it was Lews Therin.
But why would Lews Therin have plans for Rand that would have to be relayed if he died?
Well, because
like,
if Rand dies...
None of the things that he says make sense for that.
If Rand dies, then the plans for the Dragon Reborn and Tarmogeddon and, like, and trying to defeat the Dark One are all ruined, right?
Yeah, it's interesting, but then, like, is Lews Therin channeling the true power?
No, I just thought that it was Rand channeling, but he doesn't sense it in the other person because it's himself that gets out of the situation, right? Because then the lightning comes back. So you think he's
double channeling?
Not double channeling.
Well, no, but him and this other person are channeling at the same time next to each other. So you think that Rand is channeling and he's also making the other person...
You can have multiple weaves. I don't know. I figured if it's Morden, I feel like, because who is it, Graendal? The first thing she notices is Moghedien. The first thing is like, oh, his eyes. Oh, there's a weird star light flashing across them. I feel like Rand would have noticed that if it was for sure Morden.
But
and so
Rand might not... I don't know if you know this about men and women, but women are very... they pick up on other people's eyes, and men don't notice those things.
Sure, you're right.
Two men in the heat of battle. I don't think Rand is like, I am fighting one of the villains of the devil in a place of ultimate evil. Hey, that guy's got really nice eyes.
No, there's literally stars that flicker across them. Like, that's like something you would notice.
If you're up close, I don't think they're like, hey.
Well, he helped him out of the crack, right?
I'm just saying that it's a little bit of a stretch.
Yes, but I thought if it was Morden that we would get some kind of... Maybe that he can't feel him channeling. That is the hint for it.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I just think that, like, the dialogue doesn't lean into what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't know.
He very clearly is like, you can't die because plans will have to be relayed.
Yeah.
And if it was like Lews Therin, I feel like the dialogue would be more like, I need you. As opposed to, like, you're a pawn, but you're a pawn that I need to survive for my plans. Which just doesn't feel very Lews Therin-y to me, but you could be right.
I don't know. I don't know, because like I said, if it was Morden, I thought that we would have, like, I don't know.
So Rand and this man try to balefire Mashadar at the same time.
And they cross
the streams.
Yeah.
Which is another, like, I think that Rand is affected by it because it's the Saidin and the True Power hitting each other.
Oh.
Right? Instead of Rand, two streams of his own balefire hitting each other? I don't know. It doesn't matter. So they try and balefire Mashadar. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Except it hurts the shit out of Rand, who is somehow standing... throughout this whole chapter, I don't know if you're like this, like I was, but this whole chapter, I was sitting there like, how the fuck is Rand even doing any of this?
Oh, because he's, like, dead?
He like, literally...
He's at, like, 10% because he's so injured?
He either is, like, losing to the Blade Master at 100% in the woods, or he's crushing a Forsaken, no effort.
Well, not really. He's not really crushing Samael, right? They never have, like, a contest of strength and wills.
That's true.
Samael is far away, and
Samael does cut off the back of his heel, which is...
Yeah, that's rough.
Rand's missing a literal part of his foot.
Yeah. Who needs your Achilles tendon?
Zetarog says the only eyes I notice are Alexandra Daddario's. Fair.
That's fair.
I'm impressed that you managed to look up at her eyes. But
C.R. Schwartz is as big as mine. Yeah, so here's the thing. They don't really come head-to-head in a contest of, like, strength. Rand is like, oh, I marked the Waygate as mine, which I understand that that's appealing to Samael. So he, like, ninja sneaks Aiel his way over to the gate.
Oh, people are bringing up that Rand is a warder now. Do you think that Rand would have survived the double wound, Padfane's dagger, if he wasn't a warder? Or was that, like, the added strength needed to survive that?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Maybe that he would have died.
Interesting. I didn't think about the warder part in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he, like, sneaks over, and he's, like, about to kill Samael, and then he sees Leah, and she, like, is about to get killed by Mashdar.
This was brutal.
Yeah.
He has his chance to kill Samael, but he does not want Leah to be eaten by Mashadar, and so he balefires her instead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this hurt. Especially because, like, she's not in this book at all, but then she shows up in this chapter, and she makes such a strong impression in this chapter, and I'm so like, yeah, you survived.
I know, and then she dies.
It was...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was rough.
Yeah.
Poor Leah. But you know what? I'd rather be balefired than whatever
Turned into
the
whatever
Mashdar thing is, so...
And so he takes that balefire streak, and he throws it the way Samael was, and he assumes Samael has to be dead.
Well, and also the fog rolls over.
But he assumes Samael has to be dead because he didn't feel him escape.
Yeah.
And
he didn't feel the power.
Rand is so weak in that moment that he feels like if Samael was alive, he would attack him. Clearly, Samael's fine.
Yeah, Samael's alive.
Because Moradin saves him.
Saves him?
Yeah, because he doesn't feel the gateway.
Gotcha.
Because it's made with the true power.
Interesting.
Right?
So Moradin's, like, playing both sides here. Because them fighting brings more chaos.
Yes.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Moradin doesn't want Rand to die, but he also acknowledges that Samael is a Forsaken who's useful, right? So I think that Moradin gets... And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if top of book 8, Moradin mind traps Samael. And suddenly he's just got a necklace of mind traps of all the remaining Forsaken, right?
Yeah. Then he would be the nipples.
He would be the nipples.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that Moradin will definitely be the nipples.
Mm-hmm. Do you think Moradin is a Forsaken? Because I don't. I think
No,
he's something
he's not.
else.
Yeah, he's something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not anyone we've met before.
Yeah. So Rand goes back to Ilion, and the circle, the council, I think, they all come in and they're like, hey, here, please take this crown. And Rand is like, what? Why?
Because Brend Samael killed the king. There's no king. There is no one to be king in Ilion. Yeah. And so Rand is king of Ilion, but Dashiva's not happy with that. The Asha'man, that's not enough for them. And so they all hail king of the world.
No, you missed my favorite part.
What did I miss?
Rand is like, why? Why would you give this to me?
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, you're the dragon reborn. He's like, no, but why? And he's like, they're like, well, you gave the order for the grain to be sold to us.
Oh, yeah.
And it saved the people from utter destruction and starvation, right? Because Samael was using all the available resources to feed the army.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's a shit dude. And they're like, no, you saved us. You saved our people. And therefore, we would like to make you king. And Rand is like, shit, well, all right. And he, like, stabs himself on the crown, and he's like, cool.
Yeah, he pulls a Viserys Targaryen and...
yeah, it, like, stabs him. And it's now renamed The Crown of Swords.
It's the name of the book.
Which is fun. I really I like that moment. I didn't
it's great. Yeah, it's the stuff that I was talking about earlier that I do like about Robert Jordan's writing, where he sets stuff up. Yeah.
And that's such a, like, little thing that in the moment, I never imagined that would actually have, like, an impact in this. Yeah. Oh, yes.
Really,
they said
really cool.
the thing. It was so good. It was very well done. And now Rand is actually, like, a king. Because he doesn't want the Lion Throne. He doesn't want the Sun Throne, right? Mm-hmm. Those are for Elaine. But now he actually has, like...
the worst of them.
Well, yeah.
A country that's decimated.
Ship captain is from there. Don't.
Oh no, but the country's decia's by Samael's rule of it. Yes. So, like, he's got a lot of work there.
He's got some shit to do and put it back together. And, you know, I actually think that Bashir is going to be a big part of that.
Mm-hmm.
because, like, well, they're there, right?
Yeah. Perry Wolf, thank you for that super chat.
Perry Wolf, thank you.
I vote change nipple to nipple bliss.
Instead of nibbliss.
No, we fell in love on the Norwegian bliss, but we also have some, like, cruise ship PTSD, so I don't think I want to keep saying the bliss.
The bliss? Yeah.
We'll stick with the nipples.
The nipples, but we appreciate it. Thank you.
And also, you just all you did was add a syllable. Like, we're trying to shorten. We're trying to... Condense. Our show's 3 hours. We got to condense some part of it.
Hey, we only just passed the 2.5 hour mark, and we finished the book. So like,
I know,
that's not
but
bad.
like we're not done talking, are we?
We're not.
Let's end the like book part of the podcast because I want to talk. I hope people are down. I kind of want to talk about what we're hoping for the panel later today, and for the trailer.
Oh, sure. I'm down.
So I want to do a little bit of a. We're gonna end today a little bit differently because I do want to talk. Today is the day of the reveal of the panel.
Do we want to do like high-low first, or will we save that and then smut corner at the end?
Let's do high-low first, and then we'll do smut corner after we talk about the panel.
Okay, cool.
Because, yeah. So we'll do that.
Great.
So, yeah, Rand has, now 4 kingdoms under his control. Plus all the Aiel waste, kind of.
He's crushing it, you know.
Plus the ocean people. So he's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
But the Sanchin are here. Do you think the Forsaken are aware of the Sanchin yet, or no?
Oh.
It doesn't seem like Samael is. Demandred,
No.
I feel like Demandred and, Demandred probably is.
Yeah. I don't know. I think some of them are and some of them aren't.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Like, I don't think, like, Missana in the White Tower is probably aware of them, you know?
Yeah. I wonder how I hope that we get to see how the Forsaken react to the Sanchin.
Yes.
Invading.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mayene is also allied to him. I always forget that Mayene is a country because it's so tiny. It's just like a city-state. You know?
Wow.
Shall we do high-low? Do you have anything else you want to say about the book before we get into high-low?
No.
We're going to do full book recap next week, y'all. The questions tab will open in our Discord.
Yeah.
Go over to our Discord and ask questions of us. I'm sure there's a lot of... This was dense. There's probably a lot of stuff we missed.
Yeah.
If we missed something talking about it from the book, please throw it in the questions tab. Our mods will decide if it's spoilers or not. Please be kind to them.
No spoilers in your questions. Please limit it to like 3 per person. And and go back and see what people have asked as well. If it's the same question, please don't ask it again because it just makes more work for our mods who go through that. We want to get to all of them and we want to give each one due course. But if we get like the same or very similar kind of question like 3 or 4 times, then we just have to kind of move past it. So.
Colonel Sanders, thank you for that super chat.
Thank you for that super chat.
What do you think of Matt Bashir's use of men who cannot channel? I think it's great, right? I think that like if they're willing to work or if they're willing to fight for you.
Yeah.
I didn't really understand what the crossbow and the shield thing was. So I'm hoping that reading it, I didn't get it. So I'm hoping that we will either get more information about it next book or when it's visualized on the show, I will be able to better understand it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Agreed.
High-low. This is how my family used to spend our dinners. We would do high-low so that we could celebrate each other's highs, commiserate over each other's lows. Mm-hmm. It's a great way to bed, bond, and bail. It's a great way to be brought closer together as a family, and we want to get closer to y'all. So, Clarus, the way we do this, you do your high, I do my low, you do your low, I do my high. We compliment Sandwich the book, not of the whole book, but what is your high-low of this section?
I have, I want to give an honorable mention to the end that I brought up about the grain and Ilian.
Okay.
Right? Like, I think that's, really awesome. But my favorite part that I was reading through was, the fog and how scary it was.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And also, the Aes Sedai being like, Cadsuane, do we circle up? She's like, nope, we need to, we can't wait for me to just make all these decisions. She goes about this in, a really interesting way, and how it's written is scary and interesting, and getting Min's perspective through it all was I just thought it was really well done. Mm-hmm. So that was my favorite part to read in this section. Yeah,
I get that.
Yeah, what's your low?
Oh, just the Thailand stuff. I don't think it's necessary, honestly, and so it just is kind of it's not fun. It's not particularly interesting to me, and so
yeah.
I'm hopeful that we're done with it because it doesn't add a lot, and it really does detract from my enjoyment of the reading.
Yeah.
I definitely I liked this section a lot, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It just doesn't do anything for me, and it doesn't really seem like it's doing much for the story. There's already so much going on in Ebudar that it was just like another bad thing happening there, and it's just not my favorite.
Yeah. It's probably also my low, but instead of just repeating that, I think Naseen's death was very sad.
That was your low?
Well, it was just sad. Like, I was like, I actually like felt really bad.
Oh.
Not in like it was like bad. It was done in a bad way or done poorly, but like, yeah, it made me feel a little bit. I was like, oh no.
I really love that scene.
Should have stayed
though.
home. I
love like the way that fight is constructed and the introduction of the golem fight. Like I thought that was really cool.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't say that's my low because like I didn't like it. It was just my low emotionally.
I'm gonna go with my high.
Mm-hmm. And feel free to share your guys' high-low in the chat as well.
Yeah, I think my high is probably the... It's tough.
There's so much that happens in this section.
There's so much that happens in this section. Honestly, just keeping my head straight around this section was tough this week. I feel like I like misremembered a lot of things, and you needed to remind me of a couple things that happened in the order that they happened.
You also like binged them last weekend.
Yeah, I did. I read it. I ended book club last week and then went and lied down and read all night because I needed to know how the book ended.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is tough. I think my high is probably Min and Rand's relationship and her being like, what are you like? That scene was just so beautiful to me, and I love her, and I do appreciate his mindset about them having sex and how he feels about it and how he feels like he's betrayed Avienda and like the complication of that.
Yeah.
And her just being like, shut the fuck up, I love you. And he's like, I love you, and I thought that scene was really great. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I'm the Matt and the Rand and Min scene at the beginning of this reading.
I love that.
Probably my favorite part of it.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's a really important moment, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're still here, make sure to like the video. It does help us out a lot.
Yeah, like, subscribe, do all of those things. Follow us around the internet. I'm at Nerdy Nightly.
And I'm at Clarus Polaris.
And now, Clarus Polaris, I want to talk to you about, do you think we're getting a trailer today?
I think we're getting a teaser.
Just a teaser?
Oh, yeah, they're not gonna... Here's the thing. It's still, like, 6 months away, probably.
I feel like a teaser's weak sauce after the behind the scenes that they put out.
Yeah, I just don't think that they have shit ready. If they're dropping it in the spring, I just feel like it's not going to be ready in time.
Yeah, that's true.
Here's the thing. I would love to get a fucking banger trailer that hypes me up for the show. I just don't know if they're in a position to be ready for that.
I hope that what they don't do is what Shadow and Bone Season 2 just did at Tudum, where they put out a trailer of the new character's clothes. And they were like, look at what this character's wearing. Look at what this character's wearing. And I was like,
totally see that because it's fucking Robert Jordan and he's obsessed with like necklines.
I know, but like...
But I wouldn't like that,
I would like for like some real marketing. Perry Wolf is saying Amazon doesn't do trailers. I don't know what you're talking about. That first Wheel of Time trailer last year was so good.
Oh yeah, it hooked us.
Dakuna says, I think you guys mentioned last time on the Dusty Wheel you're expecting a February release. I'm expecting March.
Yeah, just based on I'm thinking March.
Although February's possible.
I don't know.
It would be kind of funny for them to do like Valentine's Day release.
Here's the problem. We want the show to come out at the end of April or early May because we'll be more likely to be able to do...
I don't think we can say that.
Oh, okay.
That was a private communication. I don't think we can say that.
Okay, that's fair.
I understand, but like, I don't think we can say that.
Cool, that's fair.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. I was not in the conversation, so like, that's fair.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. No, I trust you.
It's just that's behind the scenes stuff. Of, like other people's stuff. That's not our. We don't.
No, that's valid.
James Smith, thank you. Ted Swain is not the best. Stop
Thank you, James Smith. We appreciate it.
I think we'll definitely get a date today, right? It would be weird if we didn't get a date today.
That's true.
That would be
Instead of giving like a big full trailer, they could drop a date, which would be really nice.
Yeah, if it's a teaser with a date, and I don't know, my expectations for it are so high, and I think that I need to lower them because I don't think we're gonna get as much as I want. Mm-hmm. It's also like Rosamund Pike isn't gonna be on the panel, which is a little unfortunate. I would have liked for her to be there.
Yeah. Zedrog wants us to do a reaction to our reaction of the first Wheel of Time trailer.
I feel like there'd just be too much audio. I feel like it would get cacophonous.
Oh, I think we wouldn't really like talk through the reaction, but we would watch it and we would laugh, and then afterwards we'd be like, guys.
Oh, okay, yeah, we could do it that way.
If that's something you're interested in. Also, Ashandarai, welcome back to the nerd table.
What did you think of the who is in charge for public-private settings between Lan and Nynaeve as decided by their Seafolk wedding? I have no idea.
I have no idea. That's all
because
bonkers.
they fucking skipped over the wedding and I don't know what it means and I'm upset about it.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, I wish we'd gotten to be there for it.
James Ross. And it's been deleted, so it was probably a spoiler. James Ross, thank you for that super chat. Us Jameses got to stick together. Kat Swain rules. She does not. Stop it.
She's the best.
Nerdy's right. Kat Swain sucks. Buy the shirt.
Wow.
Fourth wall.
Wow.
I don't know. I'm a little nervous that tonight is going to be less than I want it to be, and I think it's good that we're not going to stream it because I don't want to just sit here and be like, oh, this was kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I wish that I trusted the Amazon marketing machine to like promote this properly. And I don't know that I do right now.
Yeah.
I think that the behind the scenes video they put out is very strange now in retrospect. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Turbach, thank you for the super chat.
Thank you for the super chat. I'd super chat $100 for reaction to American History X or Schindler's List. If you super chat $100 right now, we will do a reaction to American History X.
Are you just wanting to make us cry? Is that?
I've seen Schindler's List. I can't really react to it, but I've never seen American History X.
Are you just you wanting to stir up the tears?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm hopeful for tonight. I'm nervous.
Yeah.
I think that the expectation is really high. Can we get into why I'm actually nervous?
Yeah.
What the fuck happened with the Origins episodes? Like what like, I think I'm just a little burned by it because I think that them being like, we're releasing them, and then being like, oh, an intern fucked up. They're not coming out this month. No new news. I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I felt like that was disrespectful to the fans of the property.
Yeah.
In that it was like, oh, you guys didn't really want this enough anyway. So like, they're not going to be upset that we're lying about this. Because like the reason that they didn't come out is not because an intern spilled coffee or whatever the fuck that tweet said. And so...
Yeah. Dragon Snacks, also welcome back to the Nerd Table for our 4th month. We appreciate that.
Clara should just say, I'm right. You need a shirt that just says, I'm right, Nerdy's wrong.
All right. Yeah, we can make that happen. Dead Iron, thank you as well for Super Chat. We appreciate it.
Best book club best day of the week. Cad's okay, Nerdy. I'll accept Cad's okay.
Yeah, they fucked up.
They fucked up, and I've not seen any evidence since that fuck up that their marketing for Wheel of Time is going to turn around. And I don't know. I felt upset about the Origins thing. I thought that was...
They didn't even really apologize for it?
Oh, it's not even... I don't need an apology. Or like, you don't need an apology, but just like be honest.
Blame? Yeah, like oh guys, yeah.
And... Yeah, Wheel of Time is right. Like, they blamed an intern as a joke, even where no actual reasoning was given. But the problem with that is that...
They didn't take responsibility.
Now, like, is the panel going to have to deal with that? Like, are they going to ask Joshua to fucking explain what's going on? Like, it just would have been so much better handled if a week after that, they'd been like, we just want to be upfront and honest about what happened. But... Yeah,
we haven't gotten that. And yeah, I think that does make me nervous as well.
I just found that frustrating, and I'm like, I don't know what the panel's going to be today. I hope that they have a release date. I hope... Turbach, thank you for the $100. I guess we're watching American History. It might take a few weeks, just because it'll probably come out after Halloween.
Yeah, we have some Halloween stuff coming up, but...
But in November, we will do a reaction to American History X. I promise.
God damn. All right, fine. Make me cry.
We're not going to... That $100 won't hit our bank account for a month anyway, so that's the negotiation.
Yeah. Wow, Turbach, thank you. Holy shit.
Thank you so much. Yeah, November.
All right. Apparently, guys, if you want to see us react to something, you can absolutely pay us to do so.
It won't be the first. Someone else has already paid us to do a reaction to.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, someone, RRR lost the September Patreon poll, and so someone has commissioned an RRR reaction, so that will also be in November.
I love that.
Yeah.
Guys, in November, because there's not really any shows dropping except for Willow, we're taking money to react to things.
If you want us to react to a movie, apparently it costs $100.
Yeah, great. Turok set the price. I love it.
Great. Well, no, the other person actually also paid us $100.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Wheel of Time. Yes, I fell off of Lost like at season 4 or something.
Yeah, I wouldn't do Lost again.
No, sorry.
I'm sorry. I actually think Lost is better than most people think it is. I think the ending is not bad. The ending was not satisfying.
Yeah, I might react to Daredevil, but
you have to. It'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I am nervous about the panel, and I hope that it is great. I hope we get a trailer. I hope we get a date. I think that if we get none of those things, and there's no answer for what happened with the Origins episode, and it's just a don't worry guys, it's coming panel, I think that'll be very disappointing. Yeah. At this point, they wrapped so long ago. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We will see.
Yeah. I am excited to talk to Dusty tonight about it though, and
I'm gonna be honest. I will be disappointed if it's like, here, look at what Elaine looks like in costume.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I think at that point it's better to just not than.
Well, they have to have the panel.
Underwhelming? Oh, do they?
Well, no, but like the panel in your Comic-Con, it's very public. I think the problem is that it's so public that they have to do something big. Right?
Yeah.
Because it's the first Wheel of Time panel. They have to do something big or else it's all gonna be disappointing.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you guys later this evening.
Yeah, maybe. We'll be on the Dusty Wheel at 6:30.
Yeah.
And our trailer reaction will be up if there is a trailer. Sorry, I'm sorry. I felt like I wanted to have more of a conversation, and then I just got... I thought about the Origins thing, and I got a little negative there at the end, and I'm sorry about that.
No, that's totally valid.
But yeah, no,
it's a very relevant... It's relevant to what we're talking about. Like, the fact that they did that to us kind of feels bad. Feels bad, man, you know?
Yeah, and I'm salty about it. I'm saltier about it than I want to be. Dead Iron gonna start a fund to get able to react to DBZA.
Oh my god, Dead Iron.
That would be funny because it would be watching something but completely changed, and for you have no idea what any of it is, so it would be all new to you.
Yeah, I'd be like, I don't know what the fuck is
DBZ
this.
Bridge might happen. That's actually a funny idea.
I love that our chat is chanting smut, guys.
We're gonna do Smut Corner. We're not leaving.
We do it at the end so that the people who don't want to be here for it don't have to be. I'm excited to. I don't know.
Shall we get into Smut Corner? Yeah. Smut Corner. Matt.
Yes.
I think that Matt and Elaine have a moment in this chapter that I think needs to be explored more. I think either Matt and Elaine, or you know who?
They're like,
you know what?
He saves her.
No, wait. I have it. Matt, he's lost some mojo. You know, he's down in the dumps about his manliness. I think that he's like, the blades are bare, and he's like, you're going to be the mistress of the sails. And I think that, he's a good looking boy. And I think that when that wave
like,
mistress,
you dirty scoundrel,
he sees that his blade is bare, she's going balls deep on it. You know what I mean?
Elaine is Princess Leia, and Matt is Han Solo. That's the vibe.
And Rand is Luke?
No, because Elaine... No.
I don't know if I feel about that.
No, I did not say Rand was Luke. You put that into the... Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that. I think it's Matt and Hareen. Is that her name?
Hareen?
No, that's the other sea folk person. What's I don't fucking know their names. There's too many fucking characters. Hareen is one of the sea folk people. Hareen is the one that Moran is negotiating with in Kyrian.
Oh, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Don't look at me like I'm wrong. I'm right.
I didn't know how that tied in. Okay.
I can't remember all the sea folk names. Okay, Matt definitely bears his blade for the sea folk.
Yes.
To get his mojo back.
Yes. Absolutely.
Oh, Lan and Nynaeve's wedding night, obviously.
I mean, that's Father Jerusalem, thank you for that super chat. Here's 1750 back to the Atlanta movie.
Try again.
To that Atla movie?
Do you not know what Atla is?
No.
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, it's an abbreviation. Oh, we've seen that.
I have, yes.
Unfortunately, we have.
I cannot. Father Jason, thank you for the super chat, but I literally cannot react to that movie.
Seen that. And,
I saw it day one in theaters, and I had never seen an episode of the show. That was the first Avatar thing, Avatar: The Last Airbender thing I ever saw.
Dragon Snacks, thank you for that super chat. Here's the thing. Look,
Headswain and Rem
definitely wants to spank Rand.
And Rand would probably enjoy it. I bet Cat Swain's great in bed. She's probably got 300 years of experience.
And
she's gone through so many warders.
Oh, God. No.
Ken Swain could literally teach Rand positions people don't remember anymore.
She hasn't been experimenting with the one power. She's been experimenting with sex positions.
With pleasure.
Yeah. She wrote a book about it.
She's the one, she's hoarding all of the Terangrials that are, that vibrate. She's like, these are mine. These are my toys.
God damn it.
I think Matt and the Wave Mistress. I think Min. There's definitely an orgy in Min, Rand, and the bathtub with the Aiel.
Absolutely. But also, I think that the reason we didn't get to see the Seafolk wedding is because it's just a big orgy.
Nynaeve would not participate in an orgy.
Nynaeve would do anything to marry Lan.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Okay. No. They would get there.
I think if they were like, you have to take your clothes off, Nynaeve would be like, we're going to get married on land. Goodbye.
No. Here's the thing. Nynaeve wants to seem like she's all like, ooh, no, totally bad. But she's going to use it as an excuse to participate in an orgy. She'll be like, no, I'm doing it for Lan. I don't actually really want to but this is fun. This could be a good time. She's just totally an excuse for an orgy.
All right.
She's marrying Lan so that
she can have an orgy. She actually cares more about the orgy than she does Lan, but
she actually knew the Seafolk traditions beforehand, and it was all a ploy.
Oh. Yeah. Well, she's the wisdom, so she's got to have some wisdom. Y'all, I think we're going to end on Nynaeve married Lan for an orgy, because that's the kind of show we do, which is a good time to mention this podcast is brought to you by Audible.
The perfect time to mention.
Audible, where you can listen to smut, like Crown of Thorns and Roses. That's smut that you can listen to on Audible. Go to audibletrial.com/nerdynightly. Get your free month and free audiobook. You can listen to it on any device. You have an Amazon Echo. They'll read it to you, the Echo. It'll just be like your mom in the room, but not really paying attention to you, because deep down, she doesn't actually love you.
Wow.
She just had you for the government money. audibletrial.com/nerdynightly. Get your free audiobook on us and 30 free days of Audible.
We are losing our sponsorship. Oh my God.
They have not left yet, and we've said worse stuff than that, so.
I don't know. You seem to bring up frequently about the unloved mother thing, and I feel like we got to work out some issues.
Do something nerdy tonight, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, God.